Hello, good morning, you guys. How is everybody doing? I don't know why, y'all. Look, I have been doing so good. I don't have no sweet stuff in my house. But all of a sudden, I'm having like a sugar attack. I didn't want to put no sugar in my coffee, and I didn't because I have like the skinny syrup and I do the vegan whipped cream, which tastes so good. It adds flavor, but for some reason I'm having an attack. I want some Twix. I want some Twix or a Kit Kat. That's a damn shame. What's up, Diane? Diane, you should have something by Monday. I sent you. Choose some sugar-free gum. Okay. I think I picked up some sugar-free gum yesterday when I was in the Dollar Tree. I picked up, y'all know that's Big Lots used to be my favorite store, and now the Dollar Tree took the place. I'm gonna tell y'all some places. Like, I've been going in Family Dollar. Like, I got the coupon. I do the coupons now for Family Dollar, and I be getting so many coupons. Buy $25 worth of stuff, get $10 off. I took advantage of that. I be taking it. I be getting all the coupons electronically, and I be going into the Family Dollar. Y'all get the coupon app is really the business. I think I'm gonna download I think I'm getting ready to become like a major couponing person. What do they call them? Like a couponer? I forget. They call them something like a major coupon person for fun. Because I used to like to cut the coupons out the paper. They said they don't take them no more. That's old fashioned, child. Everything electronic. So I want to become a major couponer. Oh, happy birthday. Y'all, today is Diane's birthday. Today is Diane's birthday. Today a queen was born. Okay. Y'all, everybody say happy birthday to Diane. Happy birthday. Hold on, let me see something. Because y'all know, oh, let's see. Wait a minute. I'm getting ready to see something. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Here it is right here. Now I want y'all to sing. We got two songs for Diane because Diane has helped me through some very dark times. And I'm gonna tell y'all about it too. I'm gonna take a minute and brag on Diane. Hold on, here she go. Diane. 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 Shout out to Diane. We had to we had to go ahead. Y'all know we and here go another one. This is the last one. Y'all know we have to overdo it over here. We brag about. Let's see. Y'all make sure y'all let me know when y'all let me know when y'all birthdays, my moderators and stuff. Cause I like to just be sending gifts. I see something for myself. Oh, this would be a good nice little birthday gift. So y'all make sure y'all tell me when your birthdays. We're gonna play a little bit of this one. Shout out to Diane. I had to play that one. Y'all, I just want to take a minute and brag on Diane because like through like those dark times, and y'all never would have known it, especially like earlier this year when I was going through some stuff, like I was calling Diane all day. I was calling her like because I'm gonna tell you something, like y'all, it had almost turned in it didn't go there. That's why it's always good to have somebody to hold you accountable, somebody that you can confide in also. And I called quite a few of you all. It's just that I was talking to and I never heard anything back because I called some of the other ladies too early part of this year when I had some stuff going on because I thought that it was going to turn into the water roses. I was thinking about that. Listen, I was thinking about she done changed her name so much. I was thinking about Tish. I don't know if she in here, Janice. I was thinking about Tish. I was calling telling Tish something a few months ago. No, earlier yeah, that had happened. And the first thing Tish was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, you know what? I'm gonna block him. I'm gonna." I said, "Tish, you can't block him on somebody else's channel now." But I thought it was going. I was thinking about that last night, and I got to to laughing about that because she's a moderator on several people's channels. She was like, I'm gonna block them on everybody's channel. I said, don't you can't block them on everybody's channel, but you could definitely block them on my channel. But I had already did it. But when I was going through that, like Diane never repeated anything. None of you all did, but I was just so emotionally drained. Diane was calling me every day, first thing in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning. I would sometimes call her. I really depended on her. Like I'm very because I've been burned so much by women. I've just learned to and some men too, but uh women that I had considered my friends and stuff. Me and Vanessa grew up together. Vanessa has always been in the street. So we've always had, and I even leaned on her during that time. And she was like, what you need to do, go get that bus ticket and just lay it on his lap. Okay. But I was leaning on her, I was talking to her, and there was some things that took place, even in that situation. Diane helped me through it, because it's a lot of stuff I didn't talk about, like even after I even had a hard time, even when that dude thought he was gonna dog me out. Hey, I had a hard time being real mean to him, just because I don't really have it in me. I don't really like to be mean to people unless they think they're gonna play me. I can't. That turns me into a mean junkyard dog when anybody think that they're gonna play me. Okay, I don't play those types of games. And so anyways, she was definitely a counselor. I was able to call her. I would call her sometimes and wake her up, and because I was feeling a certain way, just on a emotional roller coaster. And she definitely helped me through it. It was a lot of days I didn't feel like even getting on like live, and sometimes I'll be crying to Diane because I was feeling a certain way about certain stuff. And I was feeling a certain way about certain stuff, and then Diane would say, no, get on, Tam, get on. Like, people didn't know like what I was going through. I would get on, and I knew how to put my game face on, and we would y'all. That's why I say y'all don't know how y'all have helped me through some hard times, because Diane would be in the chat cheering me on, and saying funny stuff to help me to keep the energy up, to keep my energy and stuff up, and nobody knew what we had just finished talking about, what I had gone through. The only thing I could say is everybody need them a Diane, okay? Everybody need them a Diane, and so I really do appreciate that. And she was on whatever I was on, okay? She was on just like I'm on whatever she on, right? Everybody need to get them a Diane, and I do really appreciate each and every one of y'all. I was thinking about that last night. Like, I have so many women in here. Like, for me, it's so easy for me to shut down, but I think I've God has allowed me to like pick. Now, I've never been weak. It's just that I just shut down. Just I'm gonna shut down. Just go on. But I think you all have like helped me, because I see like the women in here are so strong. They be throwing. They throw whatever you throw back. Like, no, Miss T, we throwing it right back at them. Okay. And I do appreciate each and every one of you so much. Um, you know, um, New to you, like even like Shan. I was thinking about that, about Shan, how she's got like a quiet spirit, but she's a silent assassin like myself. And Joy Loves God is a silent assassin. Joy, when I've called her, she's real quiet, and then she'll let you know, no, I wouldn't have did such and such, you know. Pilates Midtown, okay. um with Tyranny and I are, we starting to talk a lot, and I hope that I can be like a source of strength to help Tyranny, because Tyranny is a really nice person, just as you all have been for me. That's why I say you all don't really know. Like, I've always like I've learned to like hide a whole lot of stuff. Now with these men, I mean, I know like a lot of times with men, like they could be like a onan. Okay. They could definitely be like a onan. And so that's the reason why I think I tolerated so much, but and that's because I was going through stuff like when my father was sick and dying. I really didn't want to deal with nothing else. Okay. It's a damn shame you had old ass folks, like the people that was even back in Onan, to be messing with somebody. And I was going through what I was going through, right? And so now that's why I'm so not tolerable of anything. I like to go ahead when I see a monster is trying to raise its head. I like to go ahead and nip it in the bud by putting the police in the business, okay? Because I've told y'all from the very start, I am not getting ready to be on here and be fighting with no men. I'm gonna put the police on you, like Hilda said. Hilda said it just like I said. I'm put the police on you. I'm gonna do it. I ain't hear my right hand to the Lord. I raised the left one too. I throw both of them up. I'm gonna put the police on you, because I understand that it's not normal. And to these women that be using their jobs to give these folks pertinent information, bitch, I'm gonna send you back to poverty, hoe, because you're gonna lose. We're gonna play dirty around this motherfucker. Regardless to what y'all think, I ain't dumb enough to be putting out no information as it relates to my job. I ain't no damn fool. My supervisors, them attorneys, and all of them be up in here. Y'all think I'm crazy? Okay. But if you think you're gonna call my job, then I, they rocks with me the long way. You harassing me. Okay? That's a harassment. I ain't get ready to call nobody job. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me a lawyer and let the lawyer take it from there when you violate. I know how to get results. You motherfuckers need to think about your livelihood, but a lot of these women got so much hate in their heart, they'd rather be without a job and lose them little CNA licenses or whatever it is that they got because of their hate. or to try to be in the in crowd with some of these damn men. You got to think about poverty, and you got to think about violating federal laws. Okay? And the thing about it is they'd rather be hungry and see their kids hungry, because what they understand is people tend to try to disassociate themselves, okay, from you when the government is involved in your federal violations. Right? But anyways, I digress. Okay, working for the light companies and stuff. Onan got a lot of addresses because he had a dude working for the, and it, if I had been dirty, because we found that dude. We looked him up, we found him, we see where he worked at, we saw where he lived at. And I sure could have did him dirty. Because what he was doing was he was putting a lot of people's lives in danger. I'm gonna tell you something. Some of them folks that was working around me on some of these people, they said you go too easy. Because that ain't even a second thought right there. That shouldn't even have been a second thought. He's sitting up working for a light company and giving Onan, who has taken out a woman in the past. Don't get me started with the energies that man has had. That man has a dark energy around him. And for some reason, that energy had focused in on me. I don't know who I reminded him of. And he wanted to try to get somebody to do it. T Jova. Okay. And you got somebody, an old, overgrown Negro, okay, working for a light company. That's his livelihood, giving out people's information. Okay. You got a chick in Alabama working for the VA hospital. Trying to get folks records for this man, I'm told. Okay. She said, can we do a marathon today? Might as well. We're snowed in. And so, like I said, now I'm not gonna even go back to that, because if something trigger me, I might do what I didn't do before. And so I think I got in there. I was talking about the men, and so that's why these men see I don't want to be triggered, because it's stuff that triggers me. Lord, I don't want to think about it because I mess around and do something. But that's one of the reasons why, because like I said, it's not even normal for men to want to harass women. And the most dangerous kind of man is a man that tried to get people and send them out to do their dirty work while they sit back with their hands clean. That's an old evil ass motherfucker. Okay. I definitely want to put the police on somebody like that. Okay. Because they ain't no different than Yo Gotti. Okay. They ain't no different than that type of group when you want to sit back and send folks out to do your dirty work. And see, most people like that don't have issues with lying either. You have to watch people that when they get mad, they will lie on you and they think they can jump on live and do it. She fuck all them police officers. If I had, it ain't nobody business. But that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, to get up on a live with so much conviction, and you know damn well you don't even know nothing about me or no police officer I screwed. Okay, other than the one I told you about. So those are the types of people that you really have to nip in the bud, because they are driven by another source. They driven by some type of evil entity, but you have to go ahead and put them through some hell legally so that they can start rebuke. You supposed to put them through so much hell legally, they start rebuking that demon on themselves. Okay. It's a whole lot of other bloggers that do it too. They have, ways of they go get hackers and stuff, and they have ways of hacking, and then they put out people's information. And I'm not dumb. Sometimes I feel like um when they start putting out people's information, especially it's a way for them to it's definitely a way for them to do it um inadvertently, like when they've sold it to somebody else. A lot of these people are getting folks killed. Okay, they've gotten people hurt. Because like I said, when you start dealing with somebody like Onan, who has a sadistic murdering demon on him when he gets high, that's really troubling. Okay, with the type of stuff that people come to the internet now, and they're able to just start, talking about. Um, they're able to start talking about. People have channels and stuff where they talk about cold cases. It's something to think that somebody would base their channel around being able to hack and get people's information and sell it to a hitman. Yeah. Um, Ken Ryu? I can never pronounce your name right. Ken Ryu. Miss T, you are so thick and fine. I know I will keep my. Oh my God, Ken. Lord have mercy. Y'all know I've been on that Zep bound, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all, I'm not fake at all. I've been on the Zep bound. Oh, ladies, let me tell y'all. Listen, he took my dosages up. Okay. And when he took my dosages up, that was last week. Hear my right hand to the Lord. Because I was thinking, Lord, it was working, and it don't work. He's taking my dosages up to 12.5. And I believe it's 12.5. Y'all, I've lost 10 pounds in a week. I got on the scale yesterday. I look on my dad is great, y'all. I got on the scale yesterday, and I was like, dog. And I got off. I was like, it couldn't be right. So I got on the scale. I got off. I said, wait a minute. Let me go ahead and take my shower, and I'm gonna get on the stand. I'm gonna stand on it bug naked. I got to make sure, like, so I got on it. I was like, oh my God, like 10 pounds down in a week. And I know they say it ain't healthy, but I mean, I think it's done something to my brain, because like I be wanting, when I eat chicken noodle soup, I just be wanting the broth. You know, I think one day this week, honestly, I stopped at the cupboard, because I like the cupboard, and I like to get their corn pudding, and they have some really good grilled fish. It ain't number one piece. It's two pieces, but what they do is take a piece and slice it, child. It's so thin. And what else did I get? I got some dressing, because I still, my eyes and stuff still be thinking like a thick girl. And what else did I get? I was like, I think I want another vegetable. And I forget what the other vegetable was, y'all. I ate the fish, a spoonful of the vegetables, and I couldn't eat anything else. Normally their bread is really good. I could not even eat the bread. I could not even eat the bread. Like when I come home now, like I'm so glad I bought me a freezer, And I went into the grocery store. I went to the Sam's. That's why I said I want some of the guys to start donating to my Cash app because I went to Sam's and filled my freezer up. I had no idea that stuff came up to like 500 something dollars. I stood there looking at the because I was gonna leave it. I was like, what did I get that would make my bill 500 something dollars? So I was like, well, I hope it be some guys in the chat that can find it in their hearts to ring my Cash app and give me my money back. And my grandma used to say that, the men's supposed to give you your money back. Okay. And but I've been saying that and nobody has given me my money back. Okay. And I know some of the men saying she got to be crazy. She ain't none of my woman, right? You supposed to find it in your hearts. The men are supposed to find it in their heart to give me some of my money back. I want my money back. Some of it. Okay. All right, y'all can tell I'm spoiled because I be feeling like these men supposed to do everything, even if they ain't none of my man. Even if they ain't. Right, they're supposed to be gentlemen. I would think they would say, oh, okay, Miss T bought her new freezer. She had to spend $520 at Sam's, beat me out of $520. Let's give her money back. Yeah, men used to say that. Baby, go ahead and get it, and I'm gonna just give you your money back. And then that's what they would do. They don't do that no more. I don't know what's going on in the world today. Anyways. Anyways, y'all, what else is going on? See, the women are agreeing with me. Like the women are agreeing. The women are agreeing. Run it up. That's right. Run it up. No, Stephen, they are not called simps. Those are gentlemen. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like this lady that used to talk to my one of my uncles, okay? And they were just friends. And she was like, I used to, he's passed on now. But believe it or not, a lot of my cousins, they ain't no good now. I would not recommend women dating them. I wouldn't recommend it, not unless you're a pain freak. Because even in their old age, they still they have whoremongering spirits, but now they have a lot of money around them. Unfortunately, women will insert themselves in situation with men that have a lot of money, and if they're not settled, you're looking for some pain. Okay, you're looking for some pain, and I wouldn't recommend dating them at this point because even with them being in their 50s, they are still not settled. But the women be out, they be wanting their money. I mean, and here's the thing, like they don't try and use women. Okay. They never try and use women. They basically they provide. The women that they talk to, they provide for them. Okay, I think the issue is now because I come from an old school. Okay, I did, and it's not definitely not male bashing or whatever, but I come from an old school where I saw like my grandfathers, my dad, and all of my dad used to always say that to me. My dad was a damn man. He's rest in peace to my father. My dad used to always say that to me, girl, are you dating somebody? And he used to always say, you need to get you a boyfriend now. So you need to be dating at this point for a husband. And so my dad used to always say to, because you get you somebody and he can help you. And he was a stickler on because I remember at one time, like some time ago, I was thinking about like me and this guy, we was together and we was thinking about moving together. And so my dad said from the very start, he's not thinking about moving with you, is he? I was like, no. He's like, oh, okay, because if you're gonna move. If you're gonna be living with that joker, in which he used to always call them jokers. He was like, in which I don't agree with you living with somebody and you're not married to him. But if you're gonna be with that joker, you need to make sure he has a space to move you in. I mean, he was just old school like that. My granddaddy is 80 something years old. He still get out. He has one of the top tree businesses around the Mid South area, and he's had his customers forever. My grandfather still gets out there with his employees. It helps him to just stand out there because he sure can't climb no tree. Okay, but it helps him, knowing that he got employees that depend on him, so he still employ them. Um, but he believes in, they believe in working hard and providing for their women and their families. Um, I don't know what this world has come to now when men want to try to hit a lick on women, and I think that's why a lot of these men like have bad luck. Okay, because if you could find a woman that is kind enough to say, okay, well, listen, hey, he ain't where, because it's easy to identify talent. Now, don't think as a woman with no damn fool, okay, this person got some potential, as long as he want to work. Okay, as long as he wants to work, right? um so if he want to work, he's a hard worker, he's, loyal. Hey, this is something that I can work with right here. This is something, that I can work with. He wants to work. But I mean, ladies, you need to marry. You need to make sure he marry you first. But make sure he's working. I think the issues now is a lot of these men try to make women feel guilty about not wanting them if they ain't even interested in working. They don't know how to manage their money right. Selfish, look for you to take care of them. Absolutely not. No. And a lot of men don't feel, if they're real men, they don't even feel comfortable with eating off no women. But some men are comfortable with women just handing them shit. And women shouldn't do that. That's the problem. Well, I'm a hold him down. My oldest daughter, who my oldest daughter is absolutely gorgeous. She is, both of my babies are so freaking beautiful. And my daughter had a little issue like me. Okay, my daughter like dudes that has a edge. Okay, I grew up around street dudes. She didn't. So she like dudes that have a little edge, right? But now the dudes, her in her era is they ain't the same no more. Okay, as in my era. Okay, and so because in my era they believed in getting money. They didn't wait on no women to give them no money. They believed in getting money. Okay, and so anyways, so she like little dudes with a little edge. And so she was talking to this guy, believe it or not. I ain't gonna say who it was, okay? But his mama, she's straight up hood rat. Okay. So now you have the mamas that's in on it. You's a woman, lady. So you already know as a woman, you trying to get over on my damn daughter. You got me messed up, lady. So I was listening to my daughter during that time she was dating that guy, and she had his mother would call her all the time. I don't mean no harm, but it ain't nothing good about no young mother calling her son's girlfriend all the time. I knew I had to watch that. Okay, I knew I had to watch it because I ain't ghetto, but I'm hood. I grew up in the hood to recognize game. A lot of times I'm quiet because I be trying to see the depths of how low down a Negro is. Okay, but I ain't never been no fool or no pushover. If I help you out a little bit, if I if I give you put you up on a little game or something, it's because I wanted to do it. It's just in me. I don't like to really see people struggling. It don't cost me nothing because I get mine. Okay, but the mindset of a lot of these people now, yeah, I got this off of her, bitch. That's the reason why you ain't got none, hoe. Because you sit up and thinking, instead of saying, God, thank you for good people like that, your mind saying, yeah, I still got it. I'm playing somebody. And that's the reason why you ain't got nothing. You'll play yourself out of a good position. That's what most people do. That's the reason why they ain't got nothing. They play themselves out of good positions thinking that they using somebody, right? The whole time you ain't using that person just good to anybody, right? And so anyway, she would call. So I heard her say to my baby one day, you gonna hold him down though, right? I told her, I said, Noodles. I call my baby Nunu. I said, Nunu, get out. I need to talk to you. Get off the phone. I'll call you back. I said, I don't like that lady. That lady thinks, first of all, she ain't got no business calling my daughter like that. Bitch, you my age. Then you sitting up saying to my child, you gonna hold my son down. It ain't my daughter's fault you chose to raise your son. Sorry. I said, you better fix it, or else I'm gonna have a conversation with her. And you know how I am. I'm gonna have a conversation with her. And you ain't got to give me her number, because I reach out to her on Facebook. As a matter of fact, I friended her on Facebook. My daughter said, Mama, please, I saw you friended her on Facebook, because it gave her a notification that we had become friends, because I was ready. I was gonna let her know, bitch, you from North Memphis, but ho, I'm from South Memphis. You think you gonna put your son on my good daughter? Okay. Anyway, that relationship ended. Okay, because I don't know what she was doing behind my back. I can only, because my daughter my daughter in them works very hard. I ain't never known them to give no man no money. They bid not. Okay, but for her to be sitting up telling you gonna hold my son down, lady, you better go back and crawl back in that garbage can you came out of. Okay. And see, that's what go on with a lot of these hood rat women, these gutter rats. They sit up, they are women too. And then instead of them raising their sons, choose you a good girl. Make sure your life right. You gonna work and choose you a good girl, and you marry her and take care of her. Okay? But instead, they get you a good food, son, and get something up off of her. Okay, I told my daughter stay out of North Memphis, because I know I went in North Memphis and got pregnant with them. Okay, I didn't even know Binghamton was North Memphis with her, but I know I did. Okay, but I didn't stay out of North Memphis. Okay, shout out to North Memphis though, because I love the North Memphians. All right, I don't want them to think I'm saying nothing bad. Okay, but my daughter was raised a little different. I knew how to handle them jokers. Okay. I knew how to handle them jokers. What's up, the Alabama hitter? Steven saying, Steven, what you talking about? I ain't seen none you said. What you talking about now? I know he must be mad about me saying something about these men taking it's supposed to take care of the women. Steven, that's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Okay. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you all subscribe to the channel. Okay. Hit the bell and send me something on my cash app so I can get some of my money back from buying that deep freezing all that grocery. Okay. I would appreciate it. Hey, Joy Jones. She said, good morning, everyone. My son is 23. When I broke up with his dad, I said no man would live in my house without being married. Any man I dated did not live with me. I told my son I am marriage material. Yeah. You know what? I kind of messed up like earlier this year. And I think about that. You know what I mean? And the more I think about it, because I'm not mad. I was never mad anyways. I think the part that really bothered me, but that I think that was my fault, but I was going through a depression. Is what he did like afterwards. Like the stuff that I'm hearing that he did like afterwards. Like and and people don't really know, like, it. I'm not mad about it. I said I was not going to talk about it anymore, but it's the stuff that he did afterwards, after I had protected him, really. It never should have happened. Cause like I said, when he first started saying it, it was just like boom, I'm moving to Memphis. I was like, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna move to Memphis. I was like, I don't think that's a good idea for you to move to Memphis. No, I'm gonna give me somewhere. I'm gonna get an apartment close to you. And I thought about that. I was like, I still don't think that that's a good idea. And well, that's the only way we're gonna get to know each other. I was like, we could get to know each other, but I mean, it was just like boom. Now I understand he had an agenda and all of that. I believe. Hey, it's neither here nor there with me, because I mean, I got over it fairly quick. You know what I mean? Like I think the thing that bothered me was the things that he did. It's like, dog, you gonna try and destroy me the same way that white lady you been with was destroying you? Um, you gonna handle it like that? Not because he was mad at me. It wasn't because he was mad at me. I think it was because he wanted to prove to her this black woman is nothing to me. That's exactly the reason why he did it, and so um, I didn't know the extent of everything he had did until people started telling me the extent of what he was doing, behind my back, and the things that he was saying behind my back. And when I knew I had so many stones that I could have been throwing at him, but I did not do it, right. Even in the midst of all of that, because me and that lady was talking, she was calling me like almost every day. The lady she thought she had made a fool out of me. She was sending me scriptures. You better than that. You this, you that. She thought, because see, he went back to her. So she thought she was making a fool out of me. Says a girl and my daughter had an issue, and the girl brought a group of girls and guys to my home and incited a riot last night. It was chaotic. How would y'all handle it? I'm on 10 about now. They came to your house. Ooh, now that's a hard one, because everybody has a right to protect their property and their family when people come onto your property with the intent to harm you. If I was you, whoever those people are, if I was you, what I would do is I would go and get a order of protection immediately. Okay, in case they ever come back. Okay, get an order of protection immediately. Your daughter needs to get an order of protection, and you need to get an order of protection. Okay, that's how I would handle it at this point, and get a police report and put it on file. And you have to put a police report on file, then you have to go get an order of protection. Okay. In case they come back, because y'all know these young folks. Um, Unfortunately, okay, I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but do it that way, Diane. Do it that way, and then talk to the police about, after you do it, talk to the police about what you can do um to protect yourself after you do that, if they come onto your property, or even if they see you out and try to incite a riot and put your life in danger. Yeah, my mama bought me a beautiful little backpack. She bought me a beautiful little backpack. It's a for Christmas. It's a Coach backpack. I love it so much. I haven't even put taken the paper out of it yet, but it's so nice. Yeah, I love Coach purses so bad. I love them so much. I do. I love Coach purses. I like the real leather because their leather is better. Everybody else got that fake leather now, but Coach be having that real leather. The leather is soft and it's genuine, and I love it. Oh my God. No wonder my mama was saying, "Girl, you better make sure you have me a good gift." My mama paid $450 for this backpack. I'm looking at this tag on it. I got her some nice gifts too. I really did. And then I turned around and gave her some money. So I guess I bought it. Really. I guess I bought it. But my mother still be trying to give me anything I ask her to give me. I appreciate that. I don't ask her for much because I be trying to take care of her. My mom is at an age where she has to be taken care of. That's why I don't understand like how people are adults and um they still putting their mothers and their parents through hell, like they still riding on their parents back. How could you be that age and constantly putting your mother through hell, your dad through hell, and looking for them to take care of you? When your parents get old, you're supposed to see about them. I love it when I see guys that see about their parents like that. That is so attractive to me. It is, and I think women should take heed too. Men that take care of their mothers and is over protective and stuff of their moms. um He said, "I'm gonna get you a purse from the blue tent outside the gas station." I like it. I like it. What I'll do is um um I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna do something with it. I'll carry it. Um yeah, they're supposed to, like, you have to watch like men and women, because these girls now are so disrespectful. These girls, it seems like they're way more, almost way more disrespectful than these younger girls. They're way more disrespectful than these boys. People don't talk about that, but they are. These girls are so, like, their attitudes and stuff are so nasty. A lot of them just don't know how to have no class about themselves. They be ready to crash out. Like, they carry all of this anger and entitlement and stuff. It's really, really sad. It really is. Like, I don't know what this world is coming to. Like, my girls, when they were still underage, I did not. They know their phone was gonna get taken. They was not gonna be able to get on their social media. Their laptops was gonna get taken. If I ever caught a picture of them with the with their tongue out, and to this day, my daughters don't take pictures with their tongue and stuff out because I did not play that. I did not like that. To me, that is disgusting. And you see older women doing that too. They taking pictures, they tongue and stuff hanging all up out their mouth. Oh, just disgusting. Just I don't really know what's going on, and I'm not being judgmental. And I know people say, "Well, those are just antiquated ways." There are no antiquated ways about being there are no antiquated ways about like having class about yourself. You know what I mean? You do you really have to have class about yourself. You do. You have to have class about yourself. So, and that's not being taught. And you see some of these girls, and then when you meet them, I don't mean no harm. You meet their mothers, and then you see you get an understanding of what's really going on. Okay, you get an understanding of what's really going on. I was looking at a video of a young boy had gotten shot. Now, he had stolen a car and he tried to run the police over. He was 15. He tried to run the police over and they shot him, but he didn't die. Okay. And because at that point, he was really a threat to the police. And the mother came out on the scene. Where my son at? Ah! She was trying to run all past the tape and cussing and beating the police up. Where was she when her son was overnight in a stolen car? Her 15-year-old son. Why was she not doing all that? Why was her 15-year-old son able to be out stealing cars? and out all night. Let's start there. When people talk about what we're gonna start at with these kids, let's go all the way back to the home front. What's going on up in there? Okay. Cause see, grandmamas ain't like they used to be when the crack era hit in the 80s. And I'm old enough to remember when the crack era hit, because I was born in the late 70s, but I grew up in the 80s. So I was old enough to remember when the crack era hit. Okay. And good morning. And you still had grandmothers that was like my grandma. So when you hear Dolph and people like that say he was a crack baby, Dolph and them were saved and were still able to grow up in a decent home because they still had old fashioned grandmothers like Miss Ida May. Okay. Um, Now the grandmothers and stuff ain't like they used to be. Okay, because grandmama now ain't but 11 years older than the mama, right? And everybody on the same thing. Okay, they all on something. And so unfortunately our kids are left to like a king, right? And mental illness is so prevalent now because of it's engineered. So a person like a king is forced to fend for himself. So when you hear Finesse two times say that King will do anything for some money, unfortunately they are, it's sad, put in, is not, it's not, it doesn't need to be said in a derogatory way, but that's the truth, because now these kids are put in positions where they just have to survive. Okay. So their loyalty is to eating. That's what it is. Okay. They've been in survival mode. It ain't nowhere in the world that King is supposed to have the vocabulary, the experience, and be talking about, I gotta make this money, I need to take care of my family and this and that. That's a child. He should still be hanging from monkey bars, right? Absolutely. And you have women like Ari Fletcher. You absolutely right, the Alabama hitter, that will sit up on a major platform where millions of young girls who think that that is the life, that hoeing is the life. We're in the era where girls think that hoeing is going to get them riches. Okay, but it's really getting them the H to the I to the V, and their bodies worn out real fast, right? I get to thinking about, like, I am in my late 40s and I have been with 8 men. Okay. To me, especially coming from the era that I've come from, 8 men is quite a bit of men. Because when I said that to my mama, I told my mama I had been with 7 men. That was before I was with that loser this year. He made 7.5 because I don't consider him a whole man, really. And so my mama said, "You've been with 7 men, girl. You are just too loose." My mother and them could not even fathom being with, like, I've seen, like, growing up, I've seen my mother with, I've seen 2 men that my mother has dated because my mother didn't do that. I've seen two. She never stayed away from home, nothing like that. We didn't have men spending the night uh there with us. It just did not happen. It didn't happen. And as a result, I didn't do that. I did my thing though. I did my little thing, okay? But I didn't have guys I didn't have my boyfriend spending the night with me, like, or hanging around my house, especially like if I had a steady boyfriend, yeah, my daughters probably would see him, sitting in the front with us, but he wouldn't get ready to go in no bedroom and close the door with my girls there. No. If my girls were there, then he would leave. When my girl spent the night with my mama, now he came over and we told the club up, okay? But it was not get ready to be in front of my girls. because girls are very impressionable. What kind of mother would I have been to be sitting up letting him spend the night with me, closing the bedroom door? No telling what would have been going through my girl's head. I wonder what mama doing in there with that man. And you have women now that even let their sons and their daughters hear them having sex with the man. Okay. They be all hollering and, oh, don't get me started, with their kids listening in the same house, and she ain't, these women should be ashamed of themselves, like with the type of stuff that they do, and then they do it on the guys. I'm grown, bitch. You ain't feeling good like that because your ass been woe out. So you ain't feeling nothing anyways when you doing all that hollering and stuff, traumatizing your child. Okay? You got to hear it from a real woman. I got to put the truth out there. Your ass been wore out, so you don't feel nothing. So why is you traumatizing your kids? Okay? Trying to boost the ego of a man. Okay? Joy Jones says, yeah, I don't know what is wrong with Ari. Yeah, so let's talk about that. So Ari gets on there and she gets on there and gets a hollering about she for about $750,000 she would let a man poop on her. She would let a man. Now this is a girl that unfortunately a lot of young girls look up to, right? Because they ain't been taught about what no role model is. And you got Carisha that's sitting on a platform, and they had this song, and I sure used to like the beat that the City Girls had. It was called the richer the nigga, the wetter the coochie. Okay, I like the beat. I didn't necessarily like the song, and this is what they've been promoting. So you got her sitting on there talking about she loved being a rich man's whore, Carisha, and basically Ari, who basically probably is, but she got money bag, so she can't really say it right now. Okay. But she's on there talking about and promoting a man, what is it called? Defecating on her. Girl, you better wipe that stuff out. How can you wipe that out of your memory, out of your mind, out of your psyche? That you let a man poop on you like you was nothing, like you was the toilet for some money? For some money? So it makes me feel like that I think a lot of these people are agents like Ari. Maybe she's in with the Iranians or whatever they're called. I don't call them Arabs because I hear that they feel look at that as being derogatory. I don't like to disrespect other races. Okay, so I don't call them Arabs. I'll call them Arabians or Iranians. So when they go over there with them in the Middle East, is she promoting that it is okay? Because I hear that those rich men, that's what they like to do, and the only reason why they like to do it because I'm sure they're not doing that to their women. They make their women and stuff stay covered up. Now they might not treat them the best, but they ain't shitting on them. Okay. People, when they're low down and they know you do anything for money, they try to see how far you will go for some. Oh, they're rich. So it's the Saudians. Are they called Saudians? Hitter. What are those Saudi Arabian? Are they called Saudi Arabians? Y'all help me out. It's Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Arabians, I believe that's what they're called. Arabians. Y'all know I like to get it right. Is it Arabians? Um, oh, they're called the Saudis. Steven must not be in here. He must be at the gym because y'all know he would hurry up and said, Tamara, that ain't how you pronounce that word. He's supposed to been sent me a text by now telling me how to pronounce it. Okay, because when I pronounce words wrong, Steven would text me and say, Tamara, that ain't how you pronounce that word. Okay. So he must be in the gym. He must be in the gym. So it says those rich Saudi princes. Yeah, I mean, and to me that's sick. You think you gonna I'm gonna let you poop in my face and give me hepatitis, okay? For some money? But these girls don't think nothing of themselves. She said, "Girl, you better wipe that poop off and go spend that $750,000." I can imagine that it'll go real fast. Just the idea that you allow somebody to treat you as if you was the toilet, right? A maggot, less than a maggot. Okay. Y'all know, and I'm gonna get back to that in a few minutes. Y'all know I love to look at like lions and whales and zebras. I just had this thing for zebras. They are like wild horses. They call them striped horses, right? And it's funny how nature is like there's an order to everything. Like I'm real deep like that. That's why I be out there like I'm real deep like that. I love to study the behavior of it's weird because like even when I see people on here and I see that their behave like I'll watch them. Like certain vloggers, I'll watch them, especially if I feel like they have like a deviant behavior. I kind of watch that to study like their behavior. That's how I be knowing like what a person is capable of. I really do. And so and that's because I took this when I was in college before I took this course. And as a matter of fact, when I was in the academy too, they spoke a lot about um, that too. Like in our class, spoke about serial killers, but I also had a class about serial killers, right? Studying the minds. I like to study people's minds. I know I'm weird, but that's just how I am. I don't want to be no psychiatrist. I'm just weird like that. But anyways, with zebras, it's funny like with the order of things, like um there's a order, like a pecking order with the zebras, like the stallion, um like when you see all the zebras lined up, it's lined up from I guess like the main female zebra and the they would call them the harems line up behind the main female zebra in the pecking order. And so when a zebra is has they join like a pride or that's what I want to call it because I don't know what it's called. Like a pride of other zebras and she's already pregnant by a zebra pregnant. The stallion when she joins that group of zebras already know that she's pregnant. And so when she has the baby, I looked at like the stallion knows from the start that that's not his bloodline, just like the lions. And he'll kick the baby to death. And it's funny because I was looking at the female zebra, she was fighting so hard for that baby, but he was stomping that baby so bad, like he just went crazy. Okay. And the baby was not dead yet when um he was kicking it. And it's so weird. Y'all, what are those birds and stuff called like that come and eat up the flesh? They start flying down to eat the flesh up of anything. Y'all, what are those birds called? Are they pigeons? Are they pigeons? Y'all, what are those birds that fly out the sky when there's like dead bodies or dead flesh and they fly and start eating the body, the vultures, okay, the vultures. So the vultures before this right here blew my mind totally. The zebra was not dead yet, okay? And it was clinging to life. It was not dead and the mother was still nudging at it, trying to get it up, and the vultures started flying down out of the sky and just and she was trying to keep the vultures back. And they just stood over, like they started flying down and just stood over to the side until the zebra stopped moving. Isn't that something? They already, it's something like the zebra was not dead. And the vultures knew that the zebra was getting ready to die and flew down and was over to the side until the zebra stopped moving and the mother finally gave up after it saw it was dead and was not going to move anymore. And then she had to leave it. And then when the mother left the body, the vultures flew on over to that zebra and started eating. I was like, oh my God, like this is just something. This is so, it's sad, but it's amazing. Like everything has its own like universe. Like we would think that, you know, a lot of these animals and a lot of the birds and stuff like they're like docs, not docile, but like they don't have a mind, you know, but they just have their mind is in like another type. They communicate with each other just like we communicate with each other. It's just different. They don't necessarily understand us, but they have their own world. And it's just weird, like how they automatically all just started flying out of the sky and just waited for that zebra to stop moving. And then when the mother left the body of the zebra, they stood back and then flew on over and started eating the flesh of that animal. Like you would think, wow, how did they know that that animal was dead? How did they know that that animal was getting ready to die? And they just fly out the sky from out of nowhere. And it's just, to me, like stuff like that just kind of blow my mind. Like looking at like other, even looking at whales, and I call it the people of the sea. You know, stuff like that keep my mind calm. When you deal with the type of stuff that I deal with all day, every day, as far as my job is concerned, stuff like that keeps me far removed. Because when with the type of work that I do, I'm reminded every day of how a lot of us need God. Like humans have really, like, we need God, really. So I like to look at the animals and study about the animals, and it's really just mind blowing how disrespectful humans are to like animals. You know, how they go and kill the lions and the tigers, just for, and the bears and stuff, just for to make, to hang on, put their head on their wall, or to make a rug. I was looking at a very popular pastor, and I deleted him too, in Memphis. And he took a picture sitting on top of a bear. And he was bragging about how the bear had just had some cubs, and he was able to shoot the bear. And he was like, this right here is gonna be my rug, you fat jelly back mother. Oh, but he's supposed to be a man of God, but you going into the woods looking for a bear that was looking for food to feed her cubs, just so you can stand your big fat 900-pound ass on top of a rug, you bitch. But he got the nerve to sit up and preach about life and love and this and that when you're disrespectful, right? Look at how destructive humans are. I don't even like men that don't treat animals right, that don't treat dogs right. If they could be mean, I don't even like cats, but I'm not going to try and hurt no cat. But when I see men that are disrespectful or abusive to dogs and cats, y'all, that's a sign that they'll be abusive to you, because dogs and cats have feelings. Okay? I remember when I was dating my ex-boyfriend that lived up there in South Memphis, it was a cat that went on top of his grandmother's house. Okay, I don't know if he called himself was showing out in front of his friends or what, but they was trying to get the cat off of the house, and the cat was scared of them. And and so then all of a sudden he just kicked the cat off the house. He kicked the cat off the house, y'all. He kicked the cat off the house. I cussed him out so bad it was ridiculous. Like that really did something. I told him I don't trust you no more. I don't trust you. I don't even like you. You you sick and all everything. I tried to make him feel as bad as I could feel. Okay. And I talked bad to my daughter's dad too in Binghamton because he said to me one day because we was riding, I was like, be careful, it was a he was like, yeah, because me and my partners, we love to hit dogs. I said, you like to hit dogs with your car? They ain't got no business crossing the street. I said, you like to hit dogs? Don't worry about it. I put him through so much hell, but he tried to put me through hell first. I just threw it back at him. Okay, but it's stuff like that. When people are violent like that, I don't. That's really sad. Yeah, because why would you want to hit a dog? Like dogs and cats, they cry. You know, um, all of that. People that like to kill animals, they have a fantasy of killing people. So they start out, I studied about this. So they start out killing animals. That's what they do. So ladies, I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to put y'all up on some game. I done studied about this stuff. It is definitely a dark soul. I don't care. And I don't play about my pets. I don't play about my puppies. I takes care of my puppies. I take them to get pampered. I love them. I got them spoiled. They eat good. Okay. You think I'm gonna let somebody come up in here? If you don't like dogs, you don't need to come around me because you can't come in here kicking at my dogs and shit because they ain't used to that. They gonna sniff anything that come up in here. You might be stinking or something. I don't know. But normally they don't recognize your scent. But if you don't like them, what you need to do is say, I'll see you later. Because if you kick at my dogs, we're gonna have a problem. My dogs are pampered. You ain't gonna mistreat them. Okay. They sense things. Okay. My daughter got a dog, and the fire department was giving them away, y'all. And oh my God, they was giving them away for free. And my daughter went and got one. I ain't never seen no dog like it. They don't know what kind of dogs it is. I've never seen a dog look like it. The hair on the dog is real coarse. It's black as tar, and the eyes is black as tar. Okay. Oh, I said, Lord Jesus, I ain't never in my life seen a dog this ugly. But she growing on me though. She named her Coco. She named no, she named her. I think no. My sister got one. My sister named hers Coco, and my my sister named hers Coco. My daughter named hers Gigi. I ain't never in my life seen. I don't know what kind of dogs they are. They so ugly. I mean, they jet black. The eyes, there is no white part. Like you can't even hardly. That's how you can't see the eyes because they're so black. And the hair is very coarse. I've never seen a dog that ugly. Never. I said, Lord have mercy. And then the first thing she do, she'll run and want to try to jump. I said, this dog must know. I said, Lord have mercy. I do not like to pet ugly dogs, but she gonna make. I tell her, I said, why don't you get this dog? I do not like to be rubbing on ugly dogs, and she be wanting me to rub. She make me rub on her, but she is grown on me. She is very lovable. My sister one is got a real nasty attitude. I don't like. Just keep that thing on. Most likely a black lab mix. It probably is. It probably is. I need to tell my daughter to send me a picture of that dog. Maybe y'all can identify what it is. Let me call my child. I'm gonna put the picture up, child. Let me see if she'll send me a picture of that thing. And y'all can identify what it is. She needed. She took it to the vet. The vet don't know what it is. It just said it was mixed. It was mixed. It's a shame when the vet don't even know what it is because they had to take them to get shots and stuff. Hold on, let me see. My babies be getting sick of me, especially this one. This is the real nonchalant one. Watch this.
Hello.
What you doing?
On my room eating.
On your what? Oh, okay. Listen, I got you on speaker. You're on my show. Okay. Um, did the vet ever tell you what kind of puppy that was you got?
No.
Listen, take a picture of it and send it to me. I'm gonna put her on my show. I was telling them how ugly she was, and nobody can even identify what she is. Maybe they can identify it. Somebody said she might be a mixed lab. Take a picture of it and send it to them.
Okay.
All right. If she send me that picture, I'll be real surprised, child. She just like her daddy. Okay. All right. All right, ma. She ain't gonna argue with you nothing. She just ain't gonna do it. She real nonchalant. Someone can kick an animal if they want to. Then they start seeing bad luck like falling and breaking their neck off. What's up, Cypress? I just sold all my puppies a couple of weeks ago. I had two black chows. You know what? Our first dog was a chow. And I didn't even know that they still breeded chows. But here's the thing about a chow, they will turn on you. They'll turn on you and bite you. Like we I would get scared of ours sometimes because he would they'll turn on you and bite you. They'll turn mean on you. I wonder what they breed chows with. Like I wonder, are they like half wolf or something like that? Because you have to be careful about, like, they breed some of these animals and those genetics instinctively because of their genetics. They be aggressive and mean. They'll turn mean. That's why I don't understand how people like want to have like lions. They want to raise like lions and tigers. Because that boy in Dallas, Trap Boy Freddie, he had that tiger. That tiger was gonna eat him up. If they had not taken that tiger, if he thought he was gonna be able to raise that tiger was gonna get real big. If he thought he was gonna be able to, if that tiger, he had kept that tiger a little longer and it got real big, they was gonna find him. Somebody was gonna walk in and what, and I guess find what was left of him, like what was left, because that tiger was gonna eat him up. Ours was brown. She said we had one and she was white and beautiful, but she had to go because she thought that I couldn't whoop my own kids. Oh, she would have a fit. But you know, they used to have blue childs too. We wanted a blue one, but they didn't have anymore back then. Let's see. Uh yeah, they are beautiful, but they're mean. They get mean. I can't have it. I can't have no child around my Yorkies. It might eat them up. It might be mean to my Yorkies, so it just can't happen. Oh, that's how Pumpy used to look. My auntie had a white one. She called it. She named it Lucky. And now Lucky was very friendly. Ours, Lucky was a girl. She was very friendly. Ours was a boy. My sister named him Pom Pom. My grandma asked my sister, "What you want to name him?" And my grandma was like, "Well, my she gonna she was like, well, my sister gonna name him. She gonna name him." And so then she told my grandma, "I want to name him Pom Pom. You know, like the pom poms, because she loved pom poms at that time. She was a little girl, and that's what we named him, Pom Pom. Pom Pom. Oh, most of the child DNA come from Akita bloodline crossed with an old breed from Mongolia. Oh, like that guy in New York about 20 years ago. His family found him unalive. Yeah, I don't know why people want to try to bring those exotic animals. Now, I love lions. I'm gonna look at me a lion documentary today because I'm just gonna chill at home today. Well, I can I gotta chill at home. I can't go nowhere, and straighten up a little bit and look at lion documentaries and whale document. Y'all, whales are such amazing mammals. Like, I think it's so good. Like dolphins too, they're very intelligent. Now sharks are not intelligent. Um, sharks don't sharks don't have a mind. I don't think. But whales and dolphins are highly intelligent. Whales have the mind of the brain of a 15. They said they have the whales have the intelligence of a 15-year-old boy. Because remember, this scientist was in the water. I was looking at this documentary. This scientist was in the water, and she was out in the water with a whale. It was around the whale and stuff. And she said all of a sudden the whale started trying to push her. He started pushing her back towards, like, nudging her back towards the boat, and they thought that the whale was getting aggressive, so she went and got back on the boat, and then that's when they saw a shark. So the whale knew that the shark was coming and was intelligent enough to try to start nudging the scientist to push her back towards the boat. So yeah, whales are very intelligent. That's why they're supposed to be out in the ocean or whatever. That's why they get very depressed, like when they capture them and take them to water world and all of that, because they're not supposed to be confined like that. I think we speaking on some tiger full grown, and man went to hospital with a snake bite, but lately tiger bite, and they had to sedate the tiger to get in apartment in the projects. Like I said, I don't understand why these people are wanting to take these animals in, and I don't understand that. They say the sharks did not used to have the taste for human blood until the slave ships were coming over, and when the slaves passed, they threw the bodies overboard. And I can't believe. Hmm. Um, I don't know. Because you can almost um swim next to a shark, I think, not unless you start breathing, or you know I think their minds are set up to think if you start trying to swim fast away from them, they think that you're food. Okay, because they eat other fish, and so then when they bite you and their blood come out, they're gonna that's it. But whales are very, even like killer whales, um they're so intelligent. They don't kill people. They kill other whales. That's why they're called killer whales. Y'all know I know about all that stuff, child, because I loves to study about that stuff. I do. I'm just so fascinated with certain animals. Like I said, like whales, dolphins, and not tigers. Tigers are very boring. They like to be alone. Lions are more, as weird as it may sound, family orientated or whatever. Animals seem to have more sense than a lot of humans. I was looking at this documentary on a lion's pride, and this pride didn't have a male lion, and but it was a lot of cubs. Okay, teenage cubs and young cubs. It was like 3 or 4 female lions, and they had started starving to death because it was not enough food. Even when they would kill the food, like get a kill, like it was just too many of them, and they were not getting a lot of kills. And female lions are mostly the ones that go out and kill the food because they can run faster. They're smaller than the male lions, but they're strong, and they can run faster. And so, anyways, so y'all, this right here blew my mind. I never forgot this. That's why I said I don't know what's going on with our men today. Not all our men, but some of them. So so it had gotten so bad, like the pride had started really just starving to death, and the female lions, this blew my mind. Once it got really bad, they laid out and started wailing like, whoo, you know how lions start wailing, and they laid out and started wailing, and the narrator was saying when female lions start wailing like that, that sends a signal to other lions, other to male lions, that that they are in distress and that their pride is in trouble. And any male lion that does not already have a pride, that is not already over pride, like a nomad lion, is obligated to find their pride and come and take over their pride to help that pride to survive. So I was looking at that, and those lions started wailing within hours. A male lion that did not have a pride showed up and basically took over the pride, and hey, they help. Like when they have those big buffalo, the women can catch the buffalo, but a lot of times if they're really big, they can't take them down. So it takes like a male lion to come and help them take it down after they've already, targeted it. And here's the thing: a lot of the male lion, like I said, they're bigger, so they can't run as fast as the females. But also, the male lions are there. They have to keep, they can't get hurt in hunting and all of that because they have to be in enough tip top shape to. They basically protect the pride. Even the animals know that they're supposed to protect their families and stuff. That's I don't understand what's going on in this world today, where you have a lot of men that don't even want to protect women. They will get around and because now what I'm seeing is, and I see this every single day, there are so many. Unfortunately, a lot of these men have been traumatized. That's why these women got to be very careful about who they allow around their sons. These boys, the traumatized boys grow up to be traumatized men if they don't get some help. And so they have this sadistic type nature of wanting to do something sexually deviant to women and girls. Okay. And what's so sad is you'll have a young man who ain't even strong enough to protect his girl. You hanging around dudes, and one of them is a sexual deviant. The young lady is trusting you. She with you. Okay. First of all, it's something wrong when you're hanging around a sexual deviant. But if he make his move, they all decide that they want to do something to the girl. The young man that she with, he ain't even protecting her no more. because now men look at women as being garbage, just something that they can use and defecate on. That's the reason why I don't trust Ari. That she, I think it's wrong for women like Ari. They obtain some type of fame and they put into the atmosphere. They have these platforms to constantly push that. Yeah, ladies, it's okay for you to let a man poop in your face if he gonna get your money. And that's why you hear a lot of girls like, yeah, run me my money, give me my money, I'll do anything. Remember, Sko had the girl that claimed that she was screwing straight drop when he was on the run, right? This was a young lady. She was young. And she was on Sko show. He was interviewing her. And they asked, about did she who all did she see, was there anybody else like any other rappers when she was traveling with Straight Drivers? So she said he was paying her, right? She said he paid her and he wanted to have sex with her without a condom. And so the girl bust out and said, I mean, I don't really care. I would have effed all of them if they would have paid me. And that's mess, for young girls to think like that, that you want to spread yourself that thin just for some money. Your body is the most precious thing, right? And you got to be careful not only about the fluids that you allow to be injected into your body, okay? But you got to the spirits also. Like your body is your temple. So to me, I don't. It's just messed up what is being promoted, but it's only really being promoted in our community. Okay, black women are very beautiful, have always been very advanced. We come in all colors, shapes, and sizes, and there is a hit on black men and women. Unfortunately, black men who are supposed to be leading the community, they fall right in line with that, for them to go to the top. And that's why they don't stay at the top. I feel like that's why a lot of bad karma follow these men, because the woman is the blessing. Okay. And so I think that's why, stuff is put out into the atmosphere for black women not to know who they are, and to have low self-esteem, and promote me being a whore. And it's okay to let a man pee in your mouth. Girl, he gave me $5,000 to pee in my mouth. If that ain't the most disgusting thing in the world. And now you have this sexual deviant behavior. You have men that cannot even have an orgasm unless they're doing something sexually deviant. Okay, I got to be able to poop on you. You got to be able to pee in my face, skeet in my face. That's piss. Okay, so when they get, yeah, I like it when she skeets, so I don't want you. You a pissy face. What I want to kiss you for? Sexual deviant behavior. That's not being judgmental, that's being truth. Now when you have women like me that speak truth about this classless stuff that's going on, they try to say that I'm judgmental. Fuck you. Okay, that's how I feel about that. See, when people get to saying stuff like that, because see, I come from an era where, listen, I ain't trying to get approval from nobody. People got to start speaking the truth, and they got to start doing it unapologetically. It's one thing when you pushing hate, that's wrong. It's another thing when you speaking truth. Fuck you if you feel like I'm being judgmental. Y'all need to get some class about your damn selves. And a lot of you Negroes is deviants. You need help. Okay, that's what they ain't teaching. Okay? And the reason I said it that vulgarly, because I ain't get ready to apologize or explain. I feel like you being judgmental. Okay. Okay. Next. Um, and some females are sexual deviants too. Yes, they are. The spirit of perversion is prevalent. Whatever went, whatever happened to being able to, I mean, I get scared to death. I'm serious. Like me being out there, especially in my age, dating. I be trying to figure out what these men into. I get almost scared. Like, okay, so that's why I said, so what you okay, so let's if I start liking him, I gotta know he ain't sick. Cause I don't want to get in the bedroom with a man that I like enough to have sexual relations with to have to bust some over across his head because he a deviant, because he's sick. And the problem is now anything goes. Like it ought to be something that these people won't do. To me, it's a turn on when I hear a man say, "No, baby, I ain't into that. I don't get down like that. You ain't never got to worry about that. I don't do that." The problem is these folks into anything. When you get to hearing them say, I try anything once, you better run. Okay? Because normally if they'll try it once, they'll do it again. They've been doing it. It ought to be something, they take the fun out of sex. Like it's supposed to be more of a emotional has been thrown totally out the door now. Like that's the reason why people are able to do it without, just it's just screwed up. Now they're saying when you have sex, take the emotions out of it. I mean, that's what made it fun. Like you able to be there with somebody that you're vibing with. It was supposed to be part emotional, part physical, right? But now that it ain't even really physical because they don't feel nothing no more. First of all, they on drugs, so they can't feel nothing. They can't even get a hard up, a lot of them. Okay. And a lot of these women have become soulless because they've let any and everybody ejaculate up in them. So they are totally soulless. They soulless because they got everybody's spirit inside of them. So they can't even get to their souls no more. Okay, so that's why when you see a lot of these women that are supposed to be the models of the home, uh, we've always kept like emotionally kept everything going in the home. The man was the head; he was the provider and protector. Okay, the women were the models of the home. They kept the tone in and the atmosphere in the home balanced. These women are soulless. A lot of them. They doing anything for a dime. They don't even love their kids because if they did, they wouldn't subject them. They use their kids now as as little what's the word that I'm looking for? um Almost like little emblems or something because they want to show now, yeah, I'm getting money and look at what my son wear. Your son, you ain't put no values. Your daughter, you ain't instill no values in them. Nothing. You want to show folks that you hoeing and you get money and you ain't teaching them the real value of nothing. You ain't showing them no love. You just want to show everybody I'm getting money and look at and you got them as a display and look at what my kids got on. Okay? But you're not teaching them the most important things. So I don't blame a lot of these good men. A lot of them are scared. Hell, if especially if they got something to lose, why would they want to be getting in bed with soulless women so that they can snatch their souls and transferring them spirits? Okay. Anyways, y'all, it's something wrong. People don't teach about stuff no more because everybody's scared that they're gonna offend somebody. Well, if I start talking about that in church, I'm gonna lose my members. If I talk about that in church, I'm gonna lose my members. Hold on one second. My uncle is one of the realest pastors that I know, and I goes to his church. Okay, when I can get up early enough to go. Hold on, let me see if he on. He might be on. He might be out. Here you go, right here. Hold on, y'all. Right. A lot of women make men into a lead, and that's not how it's supposed to be. There are a lot of good men out there. There are so many good guys. And I'm praying for God to let me meet one, okay? A good one. Not somebody that want to try to play games with
intelligent designer behind it. How can you understand a process like that and come to the conclusion that there ain't no God? That's why the Bible says that the fool has said in his heart
you. Y'all,
that
that's
there
my
is no God.
uncle.
You can look at
He
everything
he
going on
he
in
he
nature
got a
and
church
tell
in
that there's a
Detroit,
God,
and he just
that there's
opened
an
up one in
intelligent
Memphis.
designer behind that. By virtue of the fact that the sun rises in the east every time, and when it gets ready to set, it sets in the west. That the water in the ocean comes up so far on the shore and then it goes back out into the sea. That we have seasons: summer, spring, winter, and fall. That trees produce leaves and fruits, and then there's seasons where they don't have any leaves and don't have any fruit, and then another season come around, they do the same thing over and over again. That has to be an intelligent designer behind that. And only a fool could look at all these things that are going on in nature and say that there is no God. Right? So the process that causes the rain is the sun heats up a large body of water, condensation goes up into the cloud, and then the wind blows the cloud to where it's supposed to be, and it releases the rain, and the rain blesses the earth. Right? Now watch this. When you have an attitude of gratitude, when you learn how to praise and thank the Lord, no matter what you're going through. Remember our text this morning, the Bible says, in everything give thanks. For this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. When you have the right perspective of your situation and you start praising and thanking God, here's what happened. The sun, but not the S-U-N, the S-O-N, shines down on this river of water that's in your belly. How many of you know Jesus said that he that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So there's a river of living water in your spirit. And the sun, not the S-U-N, but the S-O-N, anoints that river of water that's in your spirit. Watch this now. And then praise comes up out of you, which is spiritual condensation. Just as the S-U-N heats up a body of water, the ocean or the river, and causes condensation to go up in the cloud, the same thing happens in your life when you praise God. But the S-O-N heats up that river of water that's in your belly, and you begin to speak forth praise in the form of spiritual condensation, and it goes up and makes contact with the glory of the Lord. Then your house becomes filled with a cloud. The glory of the Lord manifests itself in your bedroom. The glory of the Lord manifests itself in the hospital room. The glory of the Lord manifests itself in the courtroom. Wherever you are, the glory of the Lord will fill that house and change that atmosphere in that house. Are y'all hearing me? You can get the devil out of your house through praise. You can get negativity out of your house through praise. You don't have to burn sage. If you change your perspective and walk through the house and give the Lord glory, if you change your perspective and walk through the house and thank the Lord, if you change your perspective and walk through the house and lift him up by thanking him and praising him in everything, the atmosphere in your house will change. How many of you understand we were created to be thermostats and not thermometers? Pastor, what's the difference between a thermostat and a thermometer? A thermostat determines the climate. A thermometer is affected by the climate. Let me say that for you again. Run that by you one more again. A thermostat changes the climate. A thermostat determines what the climate is going to be. A thermometer is affected by the climate. You were not called to be a thermometer. You were called to be a thermostat. You were called to regulate. You were called to dominate. You were called to be a shot caller, a boss, the head and not the tail, above only and not beneath. How many of you understand that Adam was a thermostat that the devil turned into a thermometer? Adam regulated the climate in paradise. As long as he was obedient to God, the climate in paradise was hot. How do we know that? Because they didn't have on any clothes. When the enemy comes in, to make a long story short, and finished doing what he did, the environment went from hot to cool, and then it went from cool to cold. I don't have time to explain that today. But Adam went from being a thermostat to being a thermometer. And you got to shift your thinking back to that of a thermostat. Pastor, what do you mean by that? That any environment that you find yourself in, you get to determine the atmosphere in that environment. By doing what? By being grateful. By being thankful. In everything, give thanks. I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praises, watch this, shall continually be in my mouth. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge. In him will I trust. But by the words that come out of your mouth, I'm going to bless the Lord at all times. And his praises shall continually be in my mouth. So in a day like today, where it's cold outside, and ice outside, snow outside, the temperature is frigid. Some of us might lose power today. Some of us, our waters might get frozen today. No matter what, we're going to have an attitude of gratitude. And we're going to give God thanks. And we're not going to murmur and complain about stuff we have absolutely, positively no control over. If I can't go nowhere today, I'm going to sit here and enjoy being at home. I can't fly to Detroit in the morning, and I love to get on a plane and go do my job. But if I can't go in the morning, I'm going to be back online in the morning and speak to my congregation in the city of Detroit. In everything, give thanks. Listen, that's been my time. I thank you for yours. I certainly hope that I've shared something with you, that I brought some sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. Now, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My God, my God, my God. I'm going off the deep end, didn't I? That means it's time for me to go. That means it's time for me to shut down. Listen, I certainly hope I've shared something with you that's going to give you the right perspective during these next 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days that we got coming. We got to deal with this weather, and we ain't finna be murmuring and complaining. When the time comes for us to be able to get out, we're going to get up and get out and do what it is that we do. Listen, here's what I need for everybody to do today. I still need you to pay your tithe and give your offering. I put the Cash App on the screen, right? $ up from the world. Hey, Jason, do I have a future? No, I need to knock it off. Not a problem. You ain't got to tell me. I already know. I already know. Y'all ain't gonna give me no robe and let me sing in TMC. I know you're not gonna do it. It's all right. I got a melody going on in my own head. And in my head, I'm on key. Not to you. I know I'm way off, but in my head, I'm on key. I'll be all right. Listen, I need for you to pay your tithe and give your offering today. I put the Cash App on the screen as $ up from the world. If you don't want to use that, you already have the Givelify information in your phone. Amen. All right, God bless you all and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, Pastor Wickerson. He is amazing. He well, they're from Mississippi. They moved to Detroit. That's my mom's brother on her dad's side that we met about maybe 5 years ago. And he moved to Detroit and he started a church in Detroit, and he was on CNN because he was the pastor that went into a neighborhood in Detroit and bought up several blocks of houses, of vacant houses that had been vacant for years, and they thought he was crazy. Why is he buying all them houses, and what he gonna do with them houses? He fixed up all of those houses and he rented those homes out to his he rented those homes out to his congregation who didn't have houses, and he said that God had told him never charge them over $500 in rent. And so what he did was he helped them while they was renting the houses. He helped them to get um, their credit right to be able to buy the homes, or to buy them a home if they didn't want to buy that one. And then they would move out of the home and he would move another family in. He's very he speaks about financial blessings. He's one of those pastors that teaches you about investments in properties, and and how to clean your own credit up. And I think I've spoken about this before because it's real easy for us to get over budgeted. Because when you have a business, what you could do is, like, I'm not over budgeted because I can pay my bills. Our debt ratio is, because you'll start getting all them credit cards, right? Or you'll start getting things, that you don't necessarily need in your night, like your home and your cars and all that, take your debt ratio up. But one thing that I did learn was, when you start getting ready to pay your debt down, start with your credit card that has the lowest amount that you owe. You don't have to go to no credit counselor. It really ain't no quick way. You just giving your money away. The money that you're paying a so-called credit counselor, because there's so many scammers popping up talking about they can fix your credit. They remove that stuff. They're able to get that stuff removed off of your credit only for a few months, while the credit bureau, if they remove it while they're investigating what it is that's on your background, that's why you see it gone. Okay. And then a few months after that, after they realize that it's supposed to be on there, after they hear from the creditor, it goes right back on your background. But by that time, you've given the credit counselor, this so-called scamming counselor, all the glory and praise, because you saw it removed for that quick minute. And then they got your money. You recommended other folks, and 6 months later, 6 months to a year later, the same thing is back on your account. It ain't no quick way. Pay your damn bills. So what you do is you start from the lowest. You got a credit card you may owe $500 on. What you do is you start with the lowest amount. Start paying $25 a week, or stop paying the minimum on the credit card. Start trying to pay $20 over to hit them interest fees, and see if you can pay it twice a month. Get that credit card paid off. Don't go back and charge anything. Then start with the next one, and do the same thing until you get them credit cards paid off. That's permanent. Get all the Don't make no settlements. Don't call the credit card company and make no settlements. If you do, if you got a credit card and it's gone into collection, do not take no settlement, because they're not going to remove it. They'll say, well, if you pay this, that'll settle the debt. You don't pay nobody. That ain't going to remove nothing off of your credit report. Are you going to remove it off my credit report? Okay. They might lie to you. Okay. Put it in writing. Before I pay this, you say that you're going to remove it. It's going to be removed off my credit report. I need it in writing. Make the company, not the credit collector not the credit collector who the company has hired. You need something from the collector and the company that they're going to remove it, so that you can sue their ass if they don't. Okay. If they ain't going to remove it and you just settle, and that takes your credit score down as a settlement. It looks like it's showing that you didn't pay the bill and they had to settle with you. That's worse. Don't pay nobody that ain't gonna do nothing for you. Okay? Just pay the bill off, because when you pay a settlement, they say, well, you owe 600, but I'll pay. You could just pay 400, that, and I'll stop calling. No, I'll go and pay the 6. That's gonna remove it from my credit report. Okay, it just ain't no quick fixes. That's why people keep getting scammed, because they always want a quick fix. They always, oh, yeah, I got over it. You just stupid. Okay. And so just start with the lowest amount of your bills, revolving bills that you ain't got to have, and start paying it off. And slowly you'll start to see your credit score go up and up and up and up. Okay? That's how it's going to happen. He said crypto is erasing credit reports. That sounds real. That sounds like that's illegal. It says, you want to get your lesson, you want to be smart in school, get away from the in crowd and get it. Y'all remember that? Oh my God. His name was Reverend Salton. Reverend Salton. He had that commercial. Y'all, this commercial used to always come on in Memphis. That man been dead for years. See, they don't teach this no more.
Nowhere. Get dope out your vein and hope in your brain. You'll never get nowhere smoking the pipe. Never. If you want to get your lesson out and want to be smart in school, get rid of the drugs. Get away from the in crowd.
Get close to God. Everybody knew. Look, that was Reverend James Salton. That commercial came on all the time. He had a commercial. Everybody remembers that commercial. You want to be smart? Get away from the in crowd. What he said, get off the crack pipe. Get away from the in crowd. Get close to God. I'm telling you, everybody knew him from that commercial right there. And folks still, I'm sure, listen, I'm trying to see when that man died, like in, let's see, Reverend James Salton. I wonder if his wife's still alive. She was still alive. He died December 13th, 1998. That man been dead almost 30 years, and people still remember that commercial and can recite it. He died in 98. Hell, he died the year I had my first baby. His wife kept that church going for a long time because they used to be right there behind Whitehaven School. I don't think they back there no more. Hey, Miss Tamara. Mm-hmm. See, that's the type of stuff. And the thing I like about Pastor Wickerson, because see, I'll go to Pastor Wickerson's church, and then I'll go because he do church on Saturdays in Memphis. His church is in North Memphis. He took a church and remodeled it in North Memphis and made it so beautiful. It's on Jackson. And then he flies out to Detroit on Sundays. And then on Sundays, a lot of times I go to my old church too, over there off of Tuklahoma. So I be going to 2 churches. Yes, right across the street from the gym. The gym? You talking about the Y? Oh yeah, the Whitehaven gym. Yes. I don't know why I'm thinking about that. Yes, it was. It was right across the street from the Whitehaven gym. You're absolutely right. Whitehaven High School gym. He's been dead since 1998. I remember one of his sons is a doctor. I think I went to his church one time while he was alive. And he was talking about how his son, when his son was in medical school, his son would call home for money. And he said that his son He said his son called home for some money one time, and he said he told his son, everything. He said his son came home, his son let him know he needs some money. He said he gave his son a Bible, and he said he told his son, everything you need is in the Bible. And so it is in the word of God. It's in the Bible. And he said his son thought he was crazy. He said his son was telling his mom, Daddy, no, I need some money and this and that. He said he kept telling him, son, everything you need is in the word of God, is in the Bible. He said, don't y'all know my son never opened that Bible up, because I had put over $1,000 in that Bible. I had given him the $1,000 some dollars he had asked for, but I put it in the Bible. He said he never opened the Bible up. He said that's why I kept telling him everything you need is in the Bible, is in the word of God. But one of his sons went on to become a medical doctor. Let me put it up. Dr. Salton. His oh my God. Hold on. Looks like his son is a asthma doctor in Philly. I bet that's him. I think his son he specializes in asthma in Philly. Hmm. And listen, he was not even old when he died. He died at 55 years old. But remember, he must have had complications of diabetes because he had his legs amputated and stuff. I think it was complications of diabetes. Yes, indeed. I tell you, that diabetes has taken some people that I love so much. My grandmother, my dad, my dad's mother. Complications of diabetes. I tell you. Yes, indeed, Lord. And high blood pressure too is a demon that we all have to fight. Yes, it is. Y'all Blackwood News out like outside. What the what?
That's what's up, y'all. That's how we get this news out. That's how we help our people, man. Yes, he's in Handy Park right now. He's in a tent. He said he.
I don't know happened? Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. I don't know what happened. I don't. It malfunctioned. Let's see. Let's go back to Blackwood News because he's showing how it is outside. I don't know. I think he's had. It might be some. Okay, so I think he's having some type of connection problems. Okay, so he had to get off because his screen, everything had gone black. But we're running back and it beats it says cinnamon regulates blood sugar.
Are we still on the hoe? Damn.
Okay, I think he just cut it off. Yeah, I think he's having problems with the signal. He outside. Ooh, child. Mm. And it seemed like my heater not working the way that it should. I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna cook today. I think I'm gonna do some chicken noodle soup from scratch. I think I'm gonna do chicken noodles, homemade chicken noodle soup. That's what I'm gonna do. I bought a. Now I will say this: Sam's had a sale. Like they had two big old whole chickens. You know, I normally buy those to make my chicken noodle soup, and it lasts me for a few days. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And it had two of them together for I think it was like 15.99, and they're big too. So I'm gonna put one of them in a pot, season it up, and start boiling it in a few minutes, and I'll put my noodles and my vegetables in there too. I need to find my turmeric. Do y'all put a little bit of turmeric in y'all's homemade chicken noodle soup? I do. I hope I got some celery. I love celery in mine. I don't think I have any celery, but I got carrots and of course the onions and all of that. I don't think I got no celery. That's a bummer. Shan said that's what she's cooking right now. That's what I'm giving. I'm gonna make a, and it don't take that chicken no time to boil. I'm so glad I got my chicken stock. I do have my chicken stock. Praise the Lord. And let's see, chicken stock. I got onions, carrots. I don't think I have no celery. I think I use my celery, and I normally always buy celery. I think I used the celery that I had, and I got all my seasoning and my spices. I'm gonna tell y'all something. My homemade chicken noodle soup be so spicy, like all of your mucus start coming up. I don't make it unbearable where it's just hot like that, but I put so many spices in it, like start blowing your nose, all your mucus start coming up. I put a little bit of turmeric in it too, for the color, and then it's a healthy thing too. and I won't have to cook tomorrow. I won't have to cook. I don't. I might be able to eat it like Monday. After Monday, I can't eat it no more. I can eat it tomorrow for sure, and I might be able to eat it Monday. I'll probably be able to eat it Monday if I don't eat it all. But with all I don't eat Monday, I can't. It's got. I ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna keep it. I could use. I wonder if I got celery seed in there. I'm gonna check and see if I have celery seed too. Oh, Ken said he's doing chicken pot pies. I said I was gonna start doing some homemade chicken pot pies since I see how easy they are. Cause I think I got some sweet peas in there. I definitely got carrots, sweet peas. I'm trying to think. Do I still got some? Cause I can make like a really just big chicken pot pie, but I don't know if I got the biscuit thing. The biscuits to put at the bottom of the pan and on top of the pot pie, the crust rather. I don't think I didn't buy no crust this time. I bet they are good. I love chicken pot pies, turkey pot pies. I don't like the beef pot pie. I don't like beef anymore anyways, like that though. Even though I do eat roast. I don't buy ground beef anymore. I buy ground turkey and ground chicken. I buy ground turkey and ground chicken. I had even thought about making some rotel today because I was going to take. Um, I thought about taking out unthawing the ground beef and because rotel will last me too. It's like a comfort food for the winter. It will last me like today and tomorrow, and then I think that's what I'll do. I'll do rotel, and then on Monday I'll do chicken noodle soup. So when I have to go back to work, I can take the chicken noodle soup for lunch for a few days. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make rotel today because I got a taste for some green onions. I like to chop up green onions and put it on top of my rotel. As weird as that may sound, I just love green onions and jalapeno peppers. And so I'll do chicken noodle soup next week. And then after that runs out, I'll do um, a taco soup, a taco bean soup. I'll do that. It'll last me a couple days. I'll just start cooking stuff that is going to last me a few days. That'll keep me warm and stuff that I can take to work. I was going to say if I don't have to go out at work, I won't, but I'm going to have to go out. And it may be a good thing because people may be at home. They'll be at home if they'll answer the door. They probably will. For the most part, though, when I go out, people be wanting to invite. I walked up to this girl house one day. Somebody was saying I wouldn't have went in there, and she didn't. People don't be paying attention to nothing. She had her door open, and she had her screen open, and it was in Bethel Grove. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm not gonna say it now. Since I said where she lived, I'm not gonna say it. Um, he says homemade chicken and dumpling today. I said Zulu has been playing in the snow all morning. The life of a child. Since you said Zulu, I think I want to look at Shaka Zulu today. Y'all know, like I'm so happy that I don't have anything to do. I feel so happy because I feel like this is like I get the opportunity to just really relax today. Nothing to think about to do or no nothing, no worries or anything. Just I think I want to look at Shaka Zulu. Y'all know this is my favorite movie because I was in love with Shaka. I remember when Shaka Zulu came on in the 80s when I was a little girl. I was in love with him. I fell in love with his voice. The guy that plays Shaka. I'm gonna let y'all hear his voice. I'm telling y'all, I be falling in love with tones of a man's voice. I promise y'all I do. Like these black men don't be knowing what they do to me sometimes, but I have to treat them mean because they act so stupid. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. And his physique and how brave he was. I'm holding on to my shirt right now because it's turning me on. Y'all look at that. Yeah, they go King Shaka.
Do you remember Mpunda?
Oh my God. I had to stop it. I got weak when I heard his voice. I got weak. I leaned over to the side. Let me calm myself down.
You know how she died? Starvation and exhaustion. A slow, painful way to die, especially for an old woman. Her death could have been avoided if someone hadn't burned our grave, forcing her to become an outcast. Please don't spill! What would you do if she had been your grandmother? No! No! Disapprove of me, Makedama?
No, Shaka. I disapprove of the great Sagiti, the man who fights like a million.
You were kind to my mother and me, and I won't forget that. I'll not kill you or your people.
I'm glad to see that you have grown in the ways of justice, Shaka. I wonder how many see you for what you really are, a killer. A killer who's contaminated his armies with his own cold-blooded thirst for revenge. Building the Mteta Confederacy is a pretense. The wars you wage are, in fact, very private and concern only a chosen.
Y'all, that's where we come from. Like warriors and kings and they protected and their people, like black men like that, like they fought for their territory and their land. What in the hell done happened? Like I love looking at stuff like that. I love learning about Shaka Zulu, even though he did some things that was wrong. When you're a leader like that, I guess you have to rule with fear. Because I think it was his own people, because they feared him so much they ended up killing him. So you have to be careful when you want to be feared so much because people will take you down. I think they said that's kind of what happened with the gang leader in South Memphis. I forget his name. Some of his people took him down because they feared him, right? So you have to be very, very careful about that when you start killing your own people. Some of your folks will turn on you because they'll be scared that at some point you're gonna do it to them. But Shaka Zulu has this saying, and I admire my dad so much, and my dad ruled like that, and but he has this saying that I love. It kind of sticks in my heart. He says, "Never leave an enemy behind," because they will rise up and come at your neck again. And my dad used to always say, and I don't really know if he was referencing it from Shaka Zulu, but my dad was a strategist. My dad used to always say, if you're going to strike, okay, you need to make sure you clean up everything. If you're not willing to clean up everything, then you don't need to strike. And as I get older, that stuck out in my heart. Now I understand the concept of it, and that's I appreciate the concept of his words. I understand them even more because sometimes we can have really good hearts and we want to do enough. I will use Onan as an example. We want to do enough just to make a person leave you alone. Okay. Sometimes you might try to threaten them. That ain't going to work when they have a determination. If you threaten them and you don't do nothing, they're going to get worse. You might want to threaten them. You might want to spank them a little bit because you got a good heart. I just told you to leave me alone now. You might want to spank them a little bit. You got to clean up when people have a determination and they have made themselves your enemy. You got to do what is necessary so that they don't ever rise up again. And that is the reason why I use the law on these folks because I perfected that. I know how to do it. And if I have to put paperwork on you, um, orders of protections because you have a determination that you want to bother me, then I have to protect myself. And if that means bad news meeting you home, that's what's going to happen. Okay. Um, your dad sounded like he was a good man and stood on. He definitely stood on. I told y'all like how firm my dad was. Like I remember like as he as people started wanting his position, they really it started getting worse and worse. You know, people when people want to try to shame you, they'll start going trying to dig up your past. Okay. And if that don't work, they'll just start lying on you to try to ruin your reputation. We saw that on here, right? And um, I remember one year, one election, it was real bad. My dad, it came up time for his reelection, and they wanted this white guy ran against him, right? And um, it was not the people. It was more so another force, okay, another entity that did not want him to be reelected because he couldn't be controlled. He was definitely for the people. And so they decided we're going to dig up start digging up your secrets. Okay. So this was before, and I'm telling y'all about this because y'all know I love to talk about my dad, right? And I use him as an example because this is what people do to folks that is truly for black people, and they always go and solicit other black people to lead the smear campaign, right? They always do. And so they said, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to my dad had a daughter. Well, he didn't know about it. And so or he say he didn't know about it. I believe he kind of did. Okay. And but I don't know, I believe there was some agreements with him and the lady. That's what I believe. It was some agreements with him and the lady because my dad was married and the lady was married. And so but some of those people knew about it, okay, because the lady had at some point started telling people. So what they did was they decided we're gonna go dig that up. We're gonna let people know he got a child. Okay. The girl was grown at this point. We didn't know about her. And so anyways, all of a sudden, the young lady calls my dad out of the blue and and said, I was looking at you on TV, and my grandmother said that's your real father, and that's got to be your sisters, right? Because we all favored. And so, anyway, some things that happened. My dad, she called my dad at his office, and my dad must have not. I believe that he knew. I believe that he knew. I really do, because my dad said he told her, "Well, no, I'm not your dad." And then he said, "Who is your mother?" And he said the young lady told him, and he was like, "Well, yeah, I did, have a relationship with your mother around that time. Okay, well, let's get a blood test. Let's get a DNA test." My dad never would have did that if he didn't know something. And my dad went and got a DNA test. He said he went to the Walgreens, and they told him what to do. They swallowed their mouth. And he said, it took over a week because he was kind of anxious. And so he said finally she was 99.9%, right? And so he waited a little while, but they started trying to use that, we're gonna put out there, that you got a child, another adult child. And I guess they thought that would scare him off, because that you start putting that out there, his wife and stuff would know. But what my dad did was he talked to his wife. At that time, the girl was 33 years old. She was 33, and his wife was, his wife wasn't get ready to leave him after no 45 years, and he had all that good pension and insurance money and had been taking care of her all that time. Why would she divorce a man she had been married to for 45 years? Because she found out he got a 33-year-old daughter, right? And so anyways, they started trying to use that. And I would look at my dad and other stuff, he was so sold out for the people, like he was not a crook. I saw my dad turn down a raise, and I asked my dad, I said, "Dad, why you turn that raise down?" He was like, "I had to turn it down because it would have hurt the people." He said it would have hurt the people, so I had to turn it down. It's something, you're very selfless, you dedicated when you fight against your own raise because you feel like they trying to buy you out. Number one, he said it was a strategy. If they gave him that big raise, that would make the people not trust him. Oh, okay, he must be bought out. And then they thought that by giving him that raise, trying to give him that raise, that would put him in their back pocket. So he fought against his own raise, and it was several $1,000s he fought against it. Okay. He wouldn't take it. And so, anyways, I would be looking at my dad because he would come and sit in my office, and I would be so upset. And I'm like, "Dad, they was putting out stuff. It didn't have anything to do with nothing." Because, I love the young lady now. I welcome her with open arms, like when I met her, because she looked so much like us, and she was so excited. I just welcomed her with open arms. Me and my sister Candy, right? So the other girls didn't, and I guess I can understand. I can't understand it, but that is their mother is or was married to my dad. Okay. So but they pastors' wives. So I mean, I don't understand why they feel like she is a problem when it's not her fault. Okay. They couldn't control me though. I welcomes her with open arms. That's my sister, right? And so anyways, I would be looking at my dad, and I was like, "Dad, are you okay? Like they trying to destroy you. They trying to put out this about you, and they trying to put out that." And I said, like, the people that that's trying to backstab you, my dad would look at him with a smile, and he would talk to him nicely and all of that. Okay, he would look at him with a smile. He would talk to him nicely, and then he would just sit back and cross his and take his leg and put it over one knee like a real man do. He didn't cross his legs like a woman. He would sit back in the chair and say, "I'm working on something." And I would be in pandemonium. "Dad, they trying to make you lose the election. They trying to ruin your reputation." His voice never did go up. He just always say, "I'm working on something. I'm working on something." And so then when campaign really kicked off, my dad showed that he was working on something they played. That was the first time I really got the opportunity to see how dirty politics was. Because while they was using everything that they had in their pockets to try and throw stuff out there about my dad, he was sitting back analyzing, and they ain't had nothing on him other than he was a ladies' man. Okay, women like men, what they consider have power. Okay, and I'm not saying what he did was he was a gentleman. Okay, but hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Whatever he did in his personal life, that wasn't none of their damn business. Okay, and so anyways, so they thought that that was gonna get him out, and my dad and them, the man that was running against my father, my dad them told his ass cat raggedy. I mean, that man, when my dad them started throwing their stones, that man had to go into the nut house. Okay, he took a leave of absence. And my dad told me, I told you I was working on something. Did you think I was going to, if I had gotten out of character, that's what they wanted. He was like, I let them through all the rocks and dirt that they had in their pocket. And then that's when I decided to strike back. He was like, they was out of ammunition then, and he was collecting all his dirt on them. And then he won the election. He whooped the dude cat raggedy. Okay, he started releasing stuff on him, and then the guy had to go to the nut house. Okay, he took a leave of absence, talking about medical mental stuff or whatever. But I had the opportunity at that time to see um strategy, because my dad used to always tell me, you're very emotional, like I can't train you like I want to, because you get emotional, you blurt stuff out, like you can't do stuff like that. And what they try to do is, like, unfortunately with black people, what I see is when they're jealous, okay, they will try and destroy the legacy of a person. You have to be very meticulous about that. A person can get out and set standards and constantly break records. Um, they be known for their strength, and they will try and maximize a small little flaw, even though all that this person did. My dad will definitely always be known as the strength that did not back down. He was truly unbought and unbossed. Okay. Anytime a man fought against his own race, he was definitely unbought and unbossed. And he really fought for the people. And, all those years, as my dad was building his repertoire or his resume or whatever, he was out fighting. And he started at the bottom. He started out writing letters and exposing a whole lot of stuff. And he went from that to going all the way up to the top. And what I got the opportunity to see is, when you're at the top, you really have very few friends. People are always aiming for your spot. They can't even carry the water that you carry, but they're always aiming for the top spot. Ain't got the character, ain't got the tenacity, don't have the endurance, nothing. But they're always aiming to try and knock you down. And when you have those entities, and he's fighting for all the injustices of what has been going on with the black working people, okay, the white people, the white power structure is able to buy out the very people that he is fighting for, to try to go against him. Y'all, we are our worst enemy. We are our very worst enemy. That's why I always push labor, labor, labor. And they try to tell, they fight against the labor now. What they try to do is, well, your labor person is ain't no good. You don't need no unions. You don't need this. You don't need that. They want you to be naked because they want to fire you at will. And so now folks don't even want to pay the $20. I need my little $30. You don't even halfway come to work. Your boss don't like you. Okay? And looking for a reason to get rid of you. And you sitting up with your ignorant ass talking about you don't need no damn union. Our people are sick. Our people sick. Okay? We're sick with ignorance. Okay? I remember when my dad first started pushing for the people. He was out there in Fraser. He was out there in North Memphis. He was pushing like my dad. They had people watching my dad. They was threatening his life. When my dad started moving up and becoming popular with the people, Miss Crenshaw was teaching him politics, and she taught him about. She knew about all those old crooks in Memphis was still alive and training their kids, raising their kids up. That's why when you see a regime start to die out, they've already taught their kids the crooked ways of politics, and they start training them to be elected. Okay. And so I remember there's a Kroger right there at Range Line and is it Fraser Boulevard? I believe it's right there at Range Line and Fraser Boulevard, because my dad used to live out that way. Somebody help me out that live around that area. There is a Kroger at Range Line and Fraser Boulevard, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I remember my dad talking about how he was coming out of the store and walking to his car. Okay. And a car sped up in the parking lot. A couple white guys, there weren't no damn white folks living around there, and they tried to hit him. They tried to run him over when he started waking up the black people. Okay. When he really started waking them up, because see, when people are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you got somebody that's willing, that ain't scared of the white folks, good white folks back then. Yeah, they, like Dr. King, yeah, they want to cower behind you now. But as soon as you get them what they want, oftentimes, and you make it better for them, and they feel like you got too much popularity, the same people that you have to make it better for, they'll get with the oppressor to try to come against you. That's what's going on in our community. And folks ain't talking about these damn cuckabug kids ain't worth a damn because of their jealousy, a lot of them. Okay? And that's got to stop in our community. Okay? It's got to stop. If you got a union on your job, you better pay them damn dues and stay in that union, because all they want to do is put a damn energy into the atmosphere. Okay? That your unions, and now you do have some union bosses that will sell you out. So you got to be careful. Charm is deceitful. So you don't overthrow the union, you overthrow the leader and get somebody up in that union that's going to fight for you. Okay? Because we can't afford not to have unions. We can't afford it. But they're always after the legacy. And it's surprising to me how black folks, a lot of times, my dad has paved the way for so many people, how they try and destroy his legacy. Okay, they don't want a man like that one scared of no white person that tries to oppress, that fought and told him how he felt and had some loyal people behind him to shake some stuff up. They don't want nobody like that to be remembered. They want the coward Negro to think there ain't no reference. That's why I'm dedicated to keeping my dad's organization, Miss Crenshaw's name, alive, because there needs to be a reference of class and boldness in the black community, because they making a reference as it relates to black women being a damn hoe. Okay? They don't want you to know about the Miss Crenshaws and all of them. That was truly unbought and unbossed. She wasn't nobody's whore. She was down there at the city council. You had Dr. Harrington, who she went at his neck, that stand up and say right now, Okay? Frank, kiss my ass. Okay? Frank, kiss my ass and you have a good day. Okay? And you need to be blocked. Kiss my ass. Go crawl back up in your mammoths. Y'all block that shit about you divisive. You come into my chat. Okay? Go crawl back up in your mama's ass and get out of my chat. Block him. We gonna control you today. What you do is you go to one of your other channels. Okay? You go to one of your other channels and come back up in here. You ain't welcome in here. You can't sit with us. You too stupid. Okay? And so when you go in your other channel, okay? When you come back up in here, Frank, from your other channel, we're going to block you on that one. Okay? And then when you go to your other channel, we're going to treat you like you a hoe. Okay? When you go to your other channel, because you want to be in here with us so bad, we're going to block you on that one. Okay? We're going to keep you desperate today. We're going to block you on every channel. We're going to make you go from channel to channel to channel. And we might run your ass to a damn mental institution. I run this up in here. Because one thing about it, if they close this one down, I can build another one. I don't depend on YouTube. You do. Okay? But back to what I was saying, that's that white power structure that don't want you to know that there's a reference of Black greatness. Okay? They want you to think that being a pimp and a hoe is what people think about in thieves and dirty and lazy. They want you to believe that that's the reference and the blueprint as it relates to Black people. They don't want me on here telling you you are somebody. You more than that. You come and you stand on the shoulders of greatness. Okay, y'all see, hurry up and come in here. I get to tell you, repeat to yourself because words are powerful. I am somebody. Y'all repeat to yourself, I am somebody. She gonna wake them little Negroes up. They'll start saying it to their kids, and she might start something. We got to keep them killing each other for a damn dime. Okay? He wouldn't have came up in here if I was talking about, yeah, what y'all need to do is knock a nigga down. Knock a nigga down. Yeah, we pimping these hoes. He would have stood in the background. Yeah, that's a good little niglet right there. A little nigtress, or whatever you call the women. Okay, a nigra. Okay? But y'all know I speaks my mind up in here. It's my channel. And somebody got to teach my people, I ain't got no breasts to put in nobody's mouth. We ain't got no milk in it. They big, but there ain't no milk in them. And even if it was, if you in your damn late 20s and 30s and 40s and you still need some milk and you sucking on a damn pacifier in a bottle, you retarded. Okay? You is retarded. Okay? Somebody got to tell you it's something wrong with you. Okay? People don't want to start eating meat. They always want, so, well, you know, the Blacks went through so much. Okay. And so, yeah, what we want to do is we want to constantly, we need to get them food stamps. Ain't nothing wrong with getting them. I think everybody needs a hand up. That's what the government is there for. They're supposed to be for the people. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about getting no assistance from the government. But it's not supposed to become a lifestyle. It's supposed to be for a hand up. Okay? And so if they can keep you hooked on them, on the welfare and the food stamps, you can't ask them. See, they try to lie like they don't want you to get no check and food stamp. They lying. Because if you ever open your eyes and say, well, look, I want some of them, show me, because they have them here. Now, I know because I do grant writing. I've been trying to do some work for a friend of mine. And y'all, I went and got training. I took all 3 classes. Don't y'all know that they have almost dried up everything that they had out there? Almost everything. Okay? And what they do got, they hiding it up under something else. So that you got to search for it. Okay? But if they can keep you getting that food stamp and that check for a lifetime, you won't open your eyes and say, well, look, the Koreans and the Asians come over here. The Hispanics are opening up the supply stores now. That's because they get grants. There are people in the Hispanic community, in the Asian community that donate money, as they do the Black community. A lot of these damn folks, like Michael Jackson did, Will Smith was real good at it. They donate to the government up under certain grants for Black businesses. It's out there. Okay? They don't never want you to ask about that, because you don't start something. You might start another Black Wall Street. And you don't have Black people making a fuss or trying to prepare themselves to try to find nothing like that, because they keep that titty in the mouth. Okay, as long as they can keep you worrying about the check and the food stamps, we ain't got to worry about them becoming economically stable. They're not going to ask about the government grants that we have hid that are for minorities. We can slide it up under my other minorities and give it to them, like white women and others. Okay, because they're minorities too. Okay. And not now time have I ever told nobody in here to hate another race. You're not supposed to hate another race. Okay. The problem I got with our community is that we love every other race except our own. Love other races, but love yours too. Because we've been taught to hate self. And just like that junkie that just came up in here, he mad because I love myself. That's the problem that I think a lot of these folks have had with me that come on here. They mad at me because they look at me and they see I'm full of self-love. I was taught to love myself. I'm sorry that some of them were not. But it ain't too late to do it. Okay? So there has to be a change in our community. Okay? There has to be a change. There has to be self-love in the Black community. Okay? And I'm so very proud of my dad. I'm glad. I'm just proud that God made him my father. I'm proud of what he accomplished coming from out of North Memphis. He basically grew up in North Memphis because he didn't move to the Whitehaven area until he was 16. So he grew up in North Memphis. He went his last year of high school in Fairleigh after they moved to the Whitehaven area. God allowed my grandmother and my grandfather to get a little house on Tulane, okay? Right there at Tulane and Shane Lane. And that's when he met my mama. Because she was living on Shane. They had moved from the country up into Memphis on Shane Lane. Okay. And both of those houses, my family still live in on my dad's side and on my mother's side. Those are family houses. Okay. Because when my grandmother died, my dad bought the house. My dad, one of my aunties thought she was gonna let it go to taxes, and my dad went and paid the taxes and took the house. And then my dad turned around and was renting it out. And then my cousin Cece's brother, rest in peace to him. Those are both my first cousins. Cece's brother Wayne, rest in peace to him. He went to my dad and said, Uncle Rick, if I go and fix the house up, because the people that was renting it out, they weren't doing right in the house. He told my dad, Uncle Rick, if I go and fix the house up and I'll take over paying the taxes and all that. Will you just give the house to me? And my dad said he told him, if you fix it up, if you go and fix it up and fix everything, I will. I'll sign it over to you. And that's what happened. My dad gave him the house. Okay, and he and his wife lived in it until he passed away from, I believe Wayne had stomach cancer. I believe Wayne has stomach cancer. Y'all know Finesse two times, baby mama CC. That's my first cousin. That was her brother, Wayne, um, that my dad gave the house to. And Wayne got sick all of a sudden. Like Wayne went to jail. I believe they did something to Wayne when he went to jail. Wayne went to jail. And when Wayne got out of jail, Wayne was sick. Wayne was a real tall, gorgeous. He was tall and gorgeous. Curly hair, beautiful. And he was a street dude, and he was bad at one time. And I believe when he went to the feds, they thought Wayne was going to snitch, and he didn't. He went to the feds and did all this time. And when Wayne got out, about a couple years after Wayne got out, Wayne developed a real aggressive stomach cancer that took him down in about a year and a half. I believe they did something to him when he went to the feds. Lord knows I do. Wayne was a healthy, vibrant young man. At the time that he passed away, he was like 43. I got a picture of him. Let me see if I can find him. Um, I really do think, because that's when he got real sick. I'm gonna see if I still got a picture of Wayne, because I got pictures of us. I was real close to my dad's sisters as growing up. Let's see. Their mother is my dad's sister. I know I'm supposed to have a picture of Wayne, because when he passed away, I sent my auntie. I think Facebook been deleting a lot of my pictures. When he passed away, I sent my auntie a picture of us in some edible arrangements when we were babies, where they took us all and had some pictures made. Facebook is deleting my pictures. Hold on. I may not be able to find it because I think Facebook is deleting my pictures. The only time they come up is in a memory. I want to show y'all him. I don't see it, y'all. Oh, I think that bacon made me sick. I guess I can't eat no bacon no more. I don't eat pork like that, but that was showing some pork bacon, and it's making me sick. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see if I can find that picture. I don't see it. And I know that picture is supposed to be. Damn pictures that need to be gone ain't, but I'm getting ready to go delete them though. Hold on, y'all. I pray that I can find that picture. I know that Facebook or somebody deleted all my videos. Um, let's see. Lord, please let me find that picture. I pray to God because those are like pictures that I like to keep. Is this one? I need to call my auntie too to check on her too. Be quiet. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I can't believe I cannot find his picture. Oh, okay. So here it is. Here go one of them right here. Yeah, here's one of them right here. When we were babies, that was long before CC was even ever thought of. That's CC brother right there, Tim. Okay, and that's her brother Wayne. This is Wayne right here. This is when we were babies. That's Wayne. That's me, y'all. The one that's crying. I sent my auntie when Wayne passed away. I sent my auntie. Be quiet. I sent my auntie some edible arrangements, and I had them to copy that picture right there, and I circled him. It's hard for me to go around when we lose a relative. I wait like a week or so. I just send like edible arrangements. Wayne passed away. Wayne passed away. That's CC bro. That's both the CC brothers back there. Those are both of her brothers back there, Tim and Wayne. Wayne died. When Wayne got out the feds, Wayne developed a very aggressive cancer, a stomach cancer, and he didn't know anything about it. Like, I think it's something that happened. He was like 43 years old when he passed because he died before my dad. And he was very close to my dad. My dad was very distraught when Wayne died, but they said he was in good spirits and stuff until the end. I found he was already tall and thin because he was like 6'8". He was like 6'8" with real curly hair and stuff. He was beautiful. And he was just a street dude, and he went and did like 9 years or something like that. They wanted him to snitch and he wouldn't do it. It was something that had happened, and um I don't think they was able to get him on everything, but what they did get him on, he did like 9 years, but they wanted him to tell on other people. He didn't. He just went and ate the time up. And then when he got out, he was with his wife and family and stuff, and they were still having kids, and because Wayne had a lot, they had a lot of children, and next thing I know, they was like, my dad was like, they say Wayne got cancer, and they say he was still downplaying it, but then he started passing out, from what I'm told, and then my auntie said Cece mom's mother was like, they're saying that Wayne's cancer is too aggressive. And that only happened when he went to the feds. I think something went on, because what I noticed is a lot of time, like when these boys go, especially to the feds, and they do that time and stuff, and they get out, they always have some type of issues, some type of sicknesses. It's like, I don't know what is going on, but I believe that they purposely doing something to him, because Wayne was one of those ones that they just couldn't stop. I think some of them, they be wanting off of the street. Unfortunately, it's really sad. Um, but I was looking for like a picture, because he was at our grandmother's tombstone, and I don't know if I still got that picture as an adult. That was right before he wasn't sick on that picture. I couldn't bring myself. A couple days before he died, my dad said he went and talked to him at his house, and he was in good spirits. They had a long conversation, like he was still the same Wayne. And um yeah, for some reason I can't find it. I'm interested in knowing where the picture is myself, because I would like to keep it for myself. When I find it, I'm gonna download it, because I don't trust Facebook. Um, you would think that picture would have been right around. Yeah, I don't see it. I hope Facebook have not deleted his picture that I had of him as an adult, because I'm supposed to be able to see that picture. Mm, mm, mm. I keep looking at it, I don't see it. Here it says, I'm making homemade chili grilled cheese and Philadelphia cheesecake. Ooh, that sounds so good. You make me want. I don't have the pie crust, because I would make a cheesecake too. Oh my god, I love to put vanilla a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of lemon zest in my cheesecakes. Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean. Sean, how is the weather in Indianapolis? If they came up in a memory, then you may have been tagged. You might be right, Hitta. Um, Diane says, I'm making neck bone soup, watching Little House on the Prairie in my moo moo, all while celebrating. To celebrate. That's it. But I've never heard of neck bone soup. So Diane, what do you put in a neck bone soup? I know it's bitter cold. You know, the other half of my family lives down there in Indiana. The other half of my family lives down there. So up there rather. And it gets cold like in September. It gets cold in September. That's why I was telling them I don't want to have the family reunion up there in September because it be cold. I would like to have but in August, like August and July, it gets hot. It'd be a different kind of hot than our hot though. It'd be like a dusty, like a dry hot or something. It'd be real hot and it'd be like a dry hot. Oh, okay, make it like Rick. Just add neck bones. See, I be liking neck bones but my mama have to make them. When I eat them, I like to just drench them in hot sauce. Like I just cover my neck bones in hot sauce. Totally drench them in hot sauce. I get real mad because I mean it's only like a little bit of meat. You have to eat like four of them to get full. Um, she says I'm in Colorado and it's up to 14 degrees here. Oh, it was 4 degrees. Oh my God, hit her. Oh, that sounds so good. Mm. I it's called Biscoff. I picked up. It was a lady. I was in the Italian market over by my house yesterday, and a lady was like, I was looking at some banana pudding. I can't eat everybody banana pudding, and I was like, are those good? She was like, is it Biscoff? She was like, it's really good. And so I got a little because they're in small little containers. They really beating you for $8, a little bitty small container. And I tasted it. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. But mainly because it's probably mostly whipped cream. I made a banana pie for my kids one time. I was trying to make a banana pudding and it turned into a banana pie. And I don't remember how I made it, but my kids devoured it. That's when they were still babies. They was like, Mama, we love your banana pie. And my mama was like, yeah, it's a banana pie because it's definitely not a banana pudding. She was like, we don't make no banana puddings like that. But I made a mistake and made it how I made it. It turned into a banana pie. My kids loved it so much. Hold on, it's something in my door. Let me get my gun. Cause that's the second time I didn't heard my dog start barking and I heard that too. I know ain't nobody trying to die in the snow. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my weapon. Cause I normally have it up under my thigh anyway. I don't know what's going on out there, but I'm gonna knock somebody down today. And it's cold, so I ain't in the mood. Hold on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I ain't expecting no company. Nobody better not come and knock on that door. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm gonna try not to be on all day today. Cause I gotta make my he said they are a cheat code. Yes, they are. They make the banana pudding taste better, if you ask me. I got to get out of I got to go get my dog some food. I got to get my puppy some food. Ooh, I got some light bread. So I can make um well, if I was gonna make chili, I would have made um grilled cheese, but I said I was gonna make some rotel, a little small thing of rotel. Or I might make some turkey chili because I got some sharp cheddar in there. I could put on a make a grilled cheese sandwich. Um, I got to get out of here and get these dogs some food. And I do not want it's 16 degrees. Y'all hit the like button for me. I have so many gift cards from for restaurants that I be having in my purse for years that I never use. I'm gonna make it a priority when the weather is better. I got a gift card to 4 different places that my friend that owned the bonding company. It's $80 on there, and I've had it since 2020, and I don't think it's expired yet. And I've gone to them restaurants and I forget to use it. Child, tell you. And I got some gift cards for Christmas. Some restaurants. I'm definitely going to use this one to Seasons 52. That's my favorite restaurant. I love their sea scallops and Rosito. I think that's what it's called, Rosito. Lord Jesus. It is always looking for something. I could never find it. Everything always fall out of my purse, in the purse. And it gets on my freaking nerves. Somebody gave me a $50 card to Outback Steakhouse. I'm gonna make sure I use that. The chief prosecutor gave me that. Um, I forgot about it. I ain't been in Outback in so long. When I went to Murfreesboro, here go my other card, Seasons 52. I am going to put that right there because I am going to go to Seasons 52. I got two cards, two gift cards. As y'all can see, I'm just going through everything in my purse. Try to organize everything. Throw away stuff that I don't need. Um, so what do you all get ready to do? I'm looking at it. They're threatening to cancel my credit card because I haven't been charging nothing. You know, we got to leave these credit card companies alone because they be threatening to close your account when you don't charge nothing, and then they'll threaten you and say, and that's gonna take your credit score down to close your account. I don't want to charge nothing. They try to penalize you for that. See what the hell this is, because I'm gonna throw it away. I know that ain't the key fob from. Oh wow, that's this. Lord, thank you. I didn't throw this away. This right here is a gift that somebody gave me. What is this? It is. It says activate. They gave it to me December the 5th. It's a gift card for $10. Oh wow. I appreciate that so much. Oh, okay. This is what the young lady, one of the other investigators, gave me. I was thinking it was a key fob from the hotel room when I was in Murfreesboro. I'm gonna have to use it. That right there. Um, what I'm looking for, I can't even find it. Okay, here's on one of the things that I was looking for that I found. I'm looking for the other one. I wonder if this card is expired because it look old. Let me see. Anyway, Sean. Yellow Beezy buried his mother today. He was crushed. I hate that for him. Oh wow. I hate that for Yellow Beezy too. I hate that. That's a sad thing. It really is. Mm. That's really sad. I be hating to see people lose their loved ones. I got to thinking about whoever that person was that came up in here. It might not even have, it probably was somebody that was mad about something I said. It might not even have nothing to do with this video. Child, they might be mad about something else. They saying I'm being divisive. Folks be getting mad when you ain't saying what they want you to say. They be getting mad. Oh yeah, I'm looking for. What I'm looking for, I can't find. Oh, they got my PayPal card. I don't even use. Is it PayPal? Is it Cash App? I don't even use no Cash App card. My purse is so small, and I still can't find a damn thing. Y'all hear the paper, and I'm going to throw the paper out, but I gotta look at it and see what it is first. Shit. Anyways, all of that, and when I was looking for, I still can't find, which is a bummer. I'm gonna go through everything again, get everything into perspective. Um, anyway, y'all, what y'all got going on? Y'all just get ready to chill for the rest of the day. Hitter, you came on last night. When you came on, I was already knocked out sleep. I could barely stay on. Um, I could barely keep my eyes open on my live. I could barely keep my eyes open. What I'm looking for, I can't find. I was going to say I might come on tonight, but I've been on already for what, like 3.5 hours, just stopping by. I'm gonna sit here. Okay, Dorian. I got to cook. I gotta cook, and I'm trying to decide on what I should cook. Should I do the rotel or should I do the chili, or should I do the? I'm gonna do the chicken noodle soup next week. Should I do? Because I'm trying to think. Because if I could do chili and jalapeno cornbread. I could do the chili, chop up some jalapenos, and do a homemade cornbread, and eat that with the chili and cheese with sour cream and jalapeno cornbread. I could do a sweet potato jalapeno cornbread. I could do that. I don't feel that would be too much. I would have to get my cake mixer out and mix it, and that's more work than I want to do. But I got to do that anyways. If I make a homemade cornbread, I still got to get out my cake mixer, mix up some cornbread, the mix. I mean the meal, and do I even have some meal in there? I know I got some flour. Hmm. Do I want to do sweet potato cornbread, sweet potato jalapeno cornbread? Here to say he wanted cornbread because I want something sweet and spicy. Because if I do the sweet potato jalapeno cornbread, I'll mix it, cut the jalapenos up and put it in there. The sweet potato will have a sweetness to it, and then the jalapenos will be spicy, and that would be a good mix with the chili. He said we talked about Dubai in the nasty. That lets me know. You know what? That kind of let when Ari said that. That kind of let me know that she already did that. She's already been going to Dubai. She started that remedy line, so she probably had to go to Dubai to get the money. Okay, she probably went to Dubai and got the money to start it. That's what it seemed like to me, and that's so sad that women do themselves like that for some money, and they don't see a lot of women don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't. I never thought I would live to see the state that we're in now, though. I never did. I never thought I would live to see it. But class is definitely extinct nowadays. Because in the black community, that stuff is being glorified. And then with how they do the black women, they'll say, well, white women been doing it for years, so y'all can do it too. White women been doing it, but they been hiding it. That's how they justify things in the you know make a fool out of the black people. So you have black people saying, well, white women do it, why can't I do it? Like, wow, you just need to have some class about yourself. You got kids and stuff. She got a son. As a mother, how could she ever get on there and say that? And she got a son. She got a son. Son has to go to school. Kids are very advanced. They look at the internet. What's Steven talking about? I'm just looking at this. He said, I'm going to have to call him because I wonder what he meant by that. That's been 3 hours ago, so I don't know what he was talking about. But he sent that text message. Uh, My dog's got a few cans of dog food. Maybe I should wait. Because I do not want to get out. It is just too cold for me. I do not want to. They got a few cans of dog food. They got like, I think it's about 4 cans. 4 cans. Let's see. They eat 3 times a day. So they've already eaten their breakfast. They've eaten breakfast. They got to eat again. They could eat twice today and be cool. Feed them twice tomorrow. I get them. They got snacks, and and then they'll need some more dog food by, let's see, 1 today, 2 tomorrow. They'll definitely have to have some more dog food by Monday. I wonder what the weather is gonna be looking like Monday. It might be better. I'll get out and get them some dog food. I do not want to get out right now. It's cold. I'm gonna get ready to go get in the take me a hot bubble bath. Y'all know I be looking for any reason to get in the tub because I love to take bubble baths and use my bath bombs and my bath salts in my body. I'm gonna get ready to show y'all what I used to use. Hey, actual treasure. Um, let me see. They don't have them anymore. Oh my god, I've been looking for them everywhere. They are so expensive. They don't sell them anymore in the in Marshalls. They're just way more expensive. And they don't carry them in Marshalls anymore. I can't pay $17 for no body bath. I mean, for no bubble bath. Ooh, oh my god! And now they got new. Let's see, bubble bath. They got new scents. Mm, mm, mm. Lord have mercy. wonder if they was selling the 21 ounce in Marshalls. Let me see. I bet they were. Oh well. Girl, I love sitting in the tub. It's if I have all of my stuff, like I have to have my bath salts. I like to throw like when the water is running, I like to throw I buy a lot of bath bombs. I like that fizzes, when you throw it in the water, it starts to fizz all over the water. Have the water fizzling and my bath salts that has my skin so soft. Um, and I like my bath scrub. That's what my daughter be stealing. Okay, my bath scrub. And I found some bath scrub in Marshalls. I got so many. I probably got like, oh my God, I've accumulated so many, maybe like almost at 100 different scents in there. So now I've gotten to I bought this in Marshalls some months ago, and I'm just getting around to using it. And it's a now later. It's the now later scent, and I put that scrub on me on my scrubbing thing. Oh my God, girl, it have me smelling just like a now later. I promise you, I love those types of scents. Yes, I remember that. I'm gonna tell you, my mama still like that Avon what is it called, that Avon stuff that you put in the water. My mother still like that. They have your skin real slippery. But I just like the spa experience. When I get in the tub, I love the spa experience. That's why. Cause I buy a lot of stuff. Like to enjoy while I'm sitting in there so I can relax and all of that good stuff. Yes, indeed. Oh, she loved Haku. Avon had a scent, and I still, you know what? I still got it because I ordered it from somewhere, and it went really good with my chemistry. With my body chemistry, far away. Far away is one of those scents that I've always gotten compliments for. Um, it just always went with my body chemistry. So I still wear the far away. Sometimes, if I see it first when it's sitting on my dresser, oftentimes I something else will catch my eye so much. And or I'll think about it, go, oh yeah, I still got that far away. Let me put that on. It smells really good though. It smells better in the springtime. It's more like a spring, really a spring and winter scent because it's kind of strong. So, but in the springtime, it really lingers. It really lingers. I think Mary Kay. I don't know if Mary Kay is still going, but it used to have a scent that I really loved, and I think they stopped carrying it. Mary Kay was really bad about stopping carrying scents. Let me see what kind of fragrances they have now. Mary Kay women's collection. I bet you that I forget the name of that scent, but they stopped carrying it. They ain't got it no more because I don't see it and I can't remember the name. But it went really good with my chemistry. I'm getting ready to see if I could pull up perfumes that Mary Kay stopped carrying. Y'all know Mary Kay Foundation used to be the only foundation that Journey, that's what it was. Mary Kay's Journey. Oh my God. I used to get so many compliments. I used to love that Journey. And her foundation used to be the only foundation that I could wear because my skin was so sensitive. And then they changed the I guess the formula and made it more like an orangey tone. And I stopped wearing it because I ain't gonna sit up and be dark skinned and orange too. Shit. Um, they stopped carrying the Journey. Oh, and I like that Velocity. They stopped Velocity too. And child, they sell that stuff online, and they try to sell it for $100. They out of their darn mind. Let's see, Mary Kay Journey. I've never smelled that one. I'm gonna have to get with a Mary Kay representative and like smell the new perfumes to see how I like them. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to get off so that I can put my food on. And here got me thinking now because I definitely bought some. I always like to make my cheesecakes from scratch. But if I go up to the Italian market, I can get that would be my exercise if I walk to the Italian market. You know, it's too cold to walk. Y'all think y'all think DoorDash drivers are out? Cause I could DoorDash, I could have the DoorDash to go get the dog food and to bring me the pie crust. Well, do I like them I like to do I want the pie crust? Or I want to make my own pie crust. I'll just get the pie crust already made and just make my cheesecakes, whip up my stuff and make my own cheesecakes because mine tastes better than the stores anyways. What do I want to top my cheesecakes with? Do I want to top it with cherries? Or do I want to top it with strawberries? Sweet strawberries? I want to make it a lemon cheesecake. Or do I want to make it a cherry cheesecake? Should I put strawberries on top of it? Y'all know I'm flipping out when I'm talking to myself on what I should do. Uh, maybe I should make it strawberry or lemon. I believe that lemon would be really good. I think I'm gonna do a lemon cheesecake. Hey Tashawn. So I'm gonna make a homemade lemon cheesecake. And now I gotta decide on if I wanna do taco chili. Because taco chili is really good. No, I'll do regular chili. And I might do a taco spaghetti next week. That's what I'll do. I'll do taco spaghetti next week. Or do I want to do taco spaghetti today? And then I can eat it tomorrow. I think I'm going to do taco spaghetti. Taco spaghetti and lemon cheesecake. Yeah, I got a taste for that taco spaghetti. Now watch me not have no spaghetti in the house. Watch me not have no spaghetti. Since my mind is set on that taco spaghetti. Lemon cheesecake. Oh, and I got a new cake mixer that my sister bought me for Christmas. Yeah, my sister bought me no, my daughter bought me. Or did my sister buy what did my sister buy me for Christmas? Somebody bought me a cake mixer and somebody bought me I forget. What did my sister buy me? My daughter might have bought me that cake mixer, my youngest daughter. Steven, you must have been Steven, I just looked at your text message. What was you talking about? I forget what you was talking. I don't even know what you was talking about in that text message. Actually, Steven, with the taco spaghetti, I use I don't use the real spaghetti. I use the other thing. I use the plant-based. I make the plant-based spaghetti. Ooh. Oh my God. I'm glad I thought about that. If I did I buy some new crackers? If I made the squash. The squash. If I don't think I have any crackers. But I was gonna make jalapeno cornbread though. I was gonna make jalapeno cornbread. I gotta decide on what I want to do. Um, taco spaghetti or do the chili. I still like to eat chili with crackers, even if I have cornbread. Oh, oh Lord have mercy. um. Oh, okay, Stephen, that's what you was talking about. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna get this together. It's sad when I can't decide on what I want to eat. A lot of people like to put meat in their spaghetti. I don't necessarily like to. I could eat spaghetti without meat. As a matter of fact, I would really prefer it without meat. But if I put the meat in there, I won't have to cook a meat. I won't gonna cook a meat anyways because people like chicken and spaghetti, but that's a taco spaghetti. Oh God, please! I think I do got packages of taco sauce. So, anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I've been on here almost 4 hours. I have gotten very, very hungry just thinking about what I want to do. And it feels like my heater is not working. It's so cold. I got to do that and get up under some cover. Anyways, I may get back on to I may get back on later. If Cypress and Hitter don't come on, then I may come back on later. If not, I'll just be in the bushes. Okay. Or Steven. Steven comes on now too. Steven come on talking about health, talking about exercises and stuff like that. So y'all gotta go subscribe over there to Steven. And I think Magnay May said he got a channel too. I forget. I don't know. I don't think he told me the name of his channel yet. Anyway, y'all, listen, I love you all. Y'all be safe, stay warm. If you don't have to go out, don't go out, okay? I love you all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for 4 hours today. I will talk with you later.